call that radio. You call that radio TV. No. You call that radio TV.
This is You Call That Radio.
This is You Call That Radio TV. We are live. We are live for the Secret Animal Garden Party. That was good, wasn't it? Boom, 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 boom. My phone's ringing. Hendo, if you're watching, the show's began, so I can't answer the call just now. It's an absolute honour to welcome you to the Secret Animal Garden Party. Petra, hyped up and ready. Paul's in the house. GBH in the house. Hey buddies, mad dash from work just to be with you. We appreciate it. It will be worth it. I hope. Good evening, Earthling, says Greg. Let's do it, says Texture. Petra. Yes. Lou. Excellent. Looks like we've got a good wee crowd and we've just started. This is a Secret Animal Garden Party. Some of you may have been to one before. Some of you might not know what we're talking about. So, I think the best thing to do, first of all, is bring on the main man himself. I think we can go live to the Shed Life.
Evening,
Max
Mark.
Smada. What's happening, mate?
Good evening.
Good evening. Look
How's
at
it
this,
going?
mate.
Clever stuff.
It's clever stuff. It's very
Clever.
clever stuff. It's, we've tried to have you on the show before.
Oh yeah, the technical issues with the copy and pasting thing.
There has been a few technical issues.
Yeah, I'll fix that. We're all good.
Fixed it. And John Baird as well, shouts to him for fixing it.
Yeah. Thanks, John. The animal's up and running.
There is a secret animal behind you as well, is that right?
There is an animal in this direction. Yeah.
You might recognise that from the animal that you can see Joe D'Arc modelling and Rory B.
We've actually had quite a few animals. Never had an arsehole.
No arseholes.
That was the golden rule.
That was the golden rule. No arseholes. I think we had an arsehole once, but he wasn't actually an arsehole. He'd been drinking too much of the arsehole juice.
Yeah, he ended up in the pond.
He did end up in the pond.
Yeah.
So that's how we're dealing with it tonight. If you're an arsehole, you will end up in the pond. It's an absolute honour to do this. We've a lot of hard work's went on in the background to make this happen. Fingers crossed it goes smoothly. But before we do anything, I think we're obviously, for people that don't know, Tam, I'd just like you just to introduce the whole concept for people that maybe don't know.
The secret behind the animal.
The secret behind the animal.
Well, really it began with a name drop. So I can fit in a name drop here.
Let's hear the
Gyro
name drop.
Babies.
Gyro Babies is definitely a name drop. Hold on. The name drop.
You Call That Radio.
Yeah, okay, so good name drop. We're off to a good start.
Okay. So really it started with Lynn McDonald, Soundhouse. And we had a wee conversation one evening and she was asking me if I had a garden. And I said, well, I've got quite a big garden really. It used to be all grass and Kyle couldn't get out in his wheelchair, it would just sink, So Make-A-Wish came along and wanted to do something for Kyle, go and swim with dolphins or something stupid like that. And I thought, he loves nature. We can't get to the park, he was that sick. I think he'd like a garden makeover. I said, we never had that wish before, so that became a thing, which obviously you've been here. So anyway, Lynn said, well, I know this band called the Gyro Babies. I said, oh, yeah, I think I might have heard of them, although I was just playing ball. And she said, well, they can play in your garden. I thought, great. So then, talking more of it, that was the end of that conversation. And a wee while later, she would put an event on, and she had everybody from Soundhouse had a meeting in her garden, and I thought, do you like to meet in gardens? Because she's way out in the sticks, you know, and I think, well, I'm in Glasgow, was the idea of garden being, that's your thing, you know, for meeting. You know, thinking come to my garden, says, no, it was this band. So I think, all right. So we set things up, and I banged into you one night. And
you corrected me, because I was like,
yeah,
I couldn't really
I made a
remember.
correction with one.
I couldn't remember the venue, but I think you said it was Snakes and Sleazies.
Yeah, it was Sleazies, it was Loki and Mog's launch.
Yeah, so we basically, we did a, basically, Gyro Babies had booked it Nice and Sleazies, and I noticed that both Loki and Mog both had the new albums coming out.
Yeah.
So it was a Loki Mog album launch, and we were just sort of there.
At that time, I didn't know a thing about Scottish hip hop. You know, I mean, spoken word, poetry, anything like that. It wasn't really, you know. And Kyle showed an interest in it via Jim. You know, he'd made a video of Hector Berserk. You know, and Kyle was just, you know, Kyle would glow. So Kyle started to glow. I thought, how can I do? So I'm getting him into the hospice. I can't get into it. Everyone's all wheelchairs. You know, everyone's all stairs. I can't get in. So I wanted the hospice to be the venue. You know, and that turned into me meeting them and saying to them, look, I don't know a clue about hip hop. I'm going to go with Shakespeare here, you know. And that was the beginning of the journey. Then I met you a week later, and well, we're a few years down the line now.
It's a few years.
And it's all.
Do we know exactly? Obviously, quite hard to figure out the exact years because last year didn't count.
Well, well, we might sneak last year and still this year. You know,
we think this is the.
Well, if things change in the near future, I'm definitely going to throw a proper party for Kyle again. You know, so hopefully this year, if we can.
So basically, from that moment, so we chatted outside Sleazy's. He said, "Do you want to play my garden?" We did it, and it went well, and we've done it for about 8 years in a row.
8 years we've had Asbos, BAFTAs,
yes,
and buffets.
Asbos, BAFTAs, and what?
Buffets.
Buffets. Yeah, no, there is always a. Tam always puts on a fine spread, and whether it's an Indian buffet or a Sophie. The last real garden party, Sophie put on a good spread for that one as well. So shouts to Sophie. And what's the Indian that does the buffets normally?
Yeah, he was along near you.
So we've got, but basically it's a buffet, so everyone comes together. It's free to get in. Sometimes we have a whip around. Sometimes we forget to have a whip around. But it's always a good day out.
Yeah, nobody gets drunk. The buffet fixes that, you know. And then we always closed at 9 o'clock, which meant people could hit the town and get in the doors somewhere without going, no mate, you've had too much, you know. Although they've had too much, but some of
them did have too much.
Yeah, but that meal kind of compensated the too much side of things.
The food made a big massive difference. And then obviously last year we couldn't do it. We were kind of hoping that we'd got, because we kind of gave up in festivals probably about this time last year. We were starting to realise that festivals weren't happening, but we were kind of holding out hope that we'd be able to do something. Yep. And sadly we didn't. But this year, obviously, you just mentioned Jim there as well. Both Jim and Kyle passed away days apart, and we, at the funeral we were just like, right, we need to do something. And shouts to Hendo, because he is someone that likes to make things happen as well. So we just thought, right, let's just set a date. Let's set a date, because otherwise, you know, people say things at funerals like, we'll need to do this and we'll need to do that. But we actually set a date, and fair play to him. He turned up. He brought his equipment. He brought Lewis as well, who was a great help.
Yeah, Lewis did a great job. Yeah,
he did a great job.
I'm looking forward to seeing all this footage. You know, I'm sure everybody else is.
And then Martin Windebank as well. We've got to give a big shout out to Martin Windebank, who brought all his gear as well. And you've got two of the best videographers combining their talents to create something really special tonight that I hope you're all going to enjoy. Yeah. It's going to be even better. I mean, there's just too many artists to play their full sets tonight. I know that Texas watching, and he said that his track, there's going to be tracks. I think in general it's going to be like one or two songs from each act tonight, because there's so much good footage. We're talking about dealing with 5 multiple cameras and about 4 different microphones. So with my very limited editing expertise, I have done my best to create something here, but we will be going back to the footage and uploading the full sets in the upcoming days and weeks. But this is just going to give you all a little what to expect, man. It's some amazing sets, and the sun was it.
Yep.
Are we going to pretend that this is all completely live? I mean, we're live right now.
It was a sunny day today. The day was sunny.
Yeah, okay, so let's just pretend it's live, right? So we've got, we're going to be going live in a minute. Kyle says, big ups everyone. We've got Alan in the house. We've got GBH with the hashtag Shed Life, which is where Tam is right now, in the hashtag Shed Life. Shed
Life.
This is the infamous Shed Life. We've got Geese Peace says, all right, Tam. We've got Johnny Sloan in the house. We have got Colette Nicol in the house. We have Francis Nose in the house. We've got Sharon. Nice to meet you, Tam.
Hi, Sharon.
We've got, hey, Tam, hope you're doing well, says Petra. Alan's in the house. Hello, beautiful people, says Rebecca. Whoop. Love you, Tam, says Becky.
Love you, Becky.
Love hearts from Minerva Wakes. Bob says, I've always had too much. And that's true, Bob has always had too much, but also at the same time, Bob's never had quite enough. There's always room for another one with Bob. You're all such amazing people, says Lou. Baby Doll says, hi Tam, looking forward to meeting you, love Sugar Cube.
Hi, Baby Doll.
Looking 1055, thinking of you, Thomas, and of course Kyle, from all your family in Kansas City, USA.
Thank you, Kansas City.
It's an international event. I believe that there's people tuned in from Tasmania and shit as well.
Right, yeah, we're all over the place.
That's Irene, by the way. Irene is in Kansas City. Hello, Kansas City, and welcome to You Call That Radio TV. We've got Katie in the house. We've got Mark. We've got the legendary John Baird. John Baird, your technical director. We've got Hendo in the house. Proud of you all trips. Proud of you, Hendo. Your footage is brilliant. Hopefully I've done it justice today. We've got Dale. And with much love to Tamsis Texture. Yes, we have a almost full house, but there's still space for Maurice if you want to hit that share button, as we're going to play the first act in a little minute. Also, if you're watching Facebook, Twitch or Twitter, get on YouTube, get the bus to YouTube. I'll leave it on all the channels for a wee bit longer, but the quality, this is some really top camera equipment that will look high definition on YouTube, and it'll look shite and sound shite on Facebook, so please go onto YouTube to watch the show. Isabel's in the house, and big up Hendo and MJ, Total Professionals. It's a dream team. Hendo makes some amazing stuff, so does Martin, so it was good to see them getting together. Let's hope we've done the editing some justice. I think we're going to start with a song. We're obviously, because it's daylight, all the acts should be daylight, I think. And since she's watching just now, I think we'll start with Becky Wallace. So Becky, if you're watching, get tuned up, because I think we're ready for a song from you. And if you want to give a wee introduction, Tam, to Becky Wallace.
Yeah, well, this is Becky appearing at the Secret Animal Garden Party 2021, tributing Kyle with a very lovely tune. Take it away, Becky.
You call that radio. More like a TV show.
Glasgow, Scotland, and you call that radio?
Every night.
Listen to the tapping of the rain on the window pane. The tapping turns to typing, so I'm right in the scene again. A wooden room with blankets in some holy forgotten land. I came here with a backpack, but I'm leaving in a stranger's hand. I've noticed that the ocean's getting wider since I met you. I'm not sure of the distance or how long till I'll forget you. And I can't continue counting, oh, the days are just racing in. But when I'm tired of exhaust fumes, well, I'm sure I'll see your face again. And the Phuket sky is laughing and asking me how I came to belong here. One with the rain building paper planes. I don't plan to go back and fly around again. So I'll just push you away. I will push you away, and poof, you'll be gone with the smoke and the haze. And I'll just push you away. I will push you away. So let me return to my Phuket days, oh. I'll push you away, yeah. I awake to find the sky is upside down and orange. I saw this in a dream back when I couldn't face the mornings, and I cling to wooden houses and the water surrounding them. You see, clarity is everywhere when the city isn't crowding in. Oh, and don't believe the truth that we can't move beyond our shadows. My soaking skin is brimming in the bursting banks and barrels of a rich and promised paradise of love and life and laughter. The trees are my protectors, and my God is greener pastures. So, and the Phuket sky is laughing and asking me how I came to belong here. One with the rain building paper planes. I don't plan to go back and fly around again. So I'll just push you away. I will push you away, and poof, you'll be gone with the smoke and the haze. And I'll just push you away. I will push you away. So let me return to my Phuket days. Oh, let me return to my Phuket days. Thank you. Thanks, legal amount of people to actually be in a garden together.
Your door, do you want it to?
What?
If you don't really know what's going on, there's a show that also doesn't know what's going on. Call that radio TV. You call that radio. Call that radio TV. You call that radio TV.
Absolutely brilliant stuff from Becky Wallace.
Fantastic. Yeah, touching.
Amazing stuff.
Love Becky. She's been at every party.
I think she maybe has, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's a secret animal.
A secret animal.
All the real gyro baby people.
Yeah, well, there was the Gyro Babies didn't always play. There was the Gyro Maybes played one year.
Gyro
Remember?
Babies, yeah.
The cover band with me and John McCrory.
Kick things off with John. Yeah, that was great.
We got a round of applause from Mary Grant. Hello, Mary Grant. Good to see you here. Petra, love from Petra. Lou saying Becky Wallace, amazing as always. Hendo says good job in the edit, Mark. Thank
well
you.
done, Mark. Brilliant.
Thank you. Well, hopefully that can continue as the night progresses, because it was a lot of work, and not really enough time to watch everything back as well. So I just got tore in.
So we had a name drop. I've now got a backdrop.
You've got a backdrop, yeah.
So big up to physics.
Big up to physics, and yeah, you would have noticed in that last one, Amy, that an amazing, and we will actually. I have also, just before we went live, I made a little video because Martin got some footage of him spraying it. I'll make a proper video later on when there's more time, but it'll do for later on. A nice wee surprise as well. It's a new thing you've not heard before, So Sharon's saying, really enjoyed that sunny performance, Becky. And well, if you enjoyed Becky Wallace, I just want to give a wee shout out to a gig that we're doing on Friday night. Now, as you know, You Call That Radio is always free. We don't do a paywall. It's always free to watch, and then you can donate if you like. But we are doing a gig on Friday for a rival live stream company called Immersive TV. And this is going to be on Friday, if I can find the flyer. There it is there. The reason that they're charging though as well, this is a fundraiser that's happening on Friday. Steg G, Freestyle Master, Sorai, Impress, CCTV are going to be performing the Live Today album from start to finish for the first ever time. Becky, who you just seen there, will be performing with Loki. Dopesickfly, who you're going to see a bit later on tonight, are going to be playing The Girl Who Cried Wolf. And Jackal Trade's first full band, Dopesickfly's Tam is advertising there.
Repping.
I'm repping. That's Bang Out of Order, ANBG. Shout outs to Colette for the threads. It was sent to me by Colette, who's tuning in. Thank you, Sugar Cube, for that one. So go and get your tickets for that. It's Immersive TV. It's £8 for a ticket to watch it what you're watching just now, or if you want to go the most interactive way you can, and it's a tenner, and you can actually watch it like a Zoom call, and you can see the rest of the crowd, and we can see you, and we can talk to each other during the set, which is quite scary and thrilling to imagine. So I'm looking forward to that. That's on Friday. Hopefully we'll have a new video out by then as well. But if you're a Patreon of the show, you will have got the new single in your inbox. So thank you to all the patrons. These shows are not possible without you. So if you want to be a patron, you can also get the brand new single today, as in 5 hours ago. So I'll put a link in the Patreon, and I'll put a link to Immersive TV in the comments for our next act. I suppose we mentioned Loki there. That was... we've obviously got a bit of Loki. There was a bit of a it was a bit of a knockout set.
Yeah.
It was a knockout set. We're not going to show that bit just now. It's just going to be... It's going to be the start of the set from Loki. And Loki's played the party many times as well.
Yeah, we've had Dan a few times. It's nice to always be in about Dan. He's a clever man. I like Dan.
And also, a wee shout out for anybody who wants to come on the show tonight. If you've got any memories of Kyle, Jim, or the Secret Animal Garden party, and you want to come on and just say something, you're more than welcome to do so. That is what it's all about here tonight. So feel free to jump on. We've got a bit of time for stuff like that as well. So I've got my next act here. It's Dan.
Also perform under the name Loki. We're obviously here to mark what is quite a sombre occasion to celebrate the life of wee Kyle. But I thought I'm just going to perform the way I would normally at a gig, because I think that's probably what the wee man would have wanted. So it's in that spirit that I'm going to do that. It's heavy weird being outside, by the way. And I was at a TV conference earlier, just in case anybody wonders why I'm dressed like a sexy geography teacher. Might as well come in brash. Fuck the fash. Just in case anybody's wondering where I fucking stand, burn the flags. And fuck the facts. We are now through a looking glass. Welcome to Wonderland, where being right's more important than taking the time out to understand. Who needs political music? We've got Taylor Swift doing mumble rap. Who needs an artist with principles when there's a humble brag that you can double tap? Who cares that food banks are bigger than factories now full of pensioners losing their hair thanks to governments cutting back journals saying nothing's no something I'll fucking hack? So who's up for a tongue lash? Nobody's going to make no comeback for a grudge match with yours truly, hang it up with thumbtacks. Scotland the brave, turn on your telly, welcome to Terror Dome. Stripped down the track to my voice and no beat, every beep of the metronome represents another 20 or 30 more persons on methadone, so fuck a pleasant ode. I'll piss on your poetry slam till the champion hands me a megaphone, so I can set the tone. Tom Leonard's no dead, he's a way to get peace for a culture that mourned his demise, but when Tom was alive it detested him. Banned him for being taught in schools because the low status language offended them. No wonder so many kids tired at poetry and no representing them. They diss me for taking donations for Roland, but that is so stupid. Some people were salty that Harry Potter got more kids into reading and going to school did. Welcome to Britain, pleb, where you can't be poor if you own a phone, but you can't access benefits without the internet, and you can get to Paris on a train quicker than you can to Inverness, where kids can't play hopscotch on thin cement without getting hit for rent by a landlord's infrared. Or centrist dads are okay when the preemptive strikes are against the Afghans and Iraqis, but claim that the leftists are fighting the skinheads or fascists for putting their hands on the Nazis. I'm a student who grew up in affluence. Please make these campuses safe for us. Step out the uni gate down the estate for a taste of a life that is actually dangerous. Unless your notion of social justice and identity align identically with those who understand perfectly, you'll get aggressive lectures on diversity. We'll play parts in libraries are now, we're told, just impractical luxuries, while royal weddings for Z-listed blue bloods receive generous and non-taxable subsidies. Political leaders are frightened to fight multinational companies. All they can do is keep tipping their hat to the middle classes and these flag-waving dunderheads. Meanwhile, Tories who grew up in boarding school sell off the country and drive us delirious, telling communities that we just need to get overhangs they never had to experience. Give me that mic, boy. Fuck your battle bars. I'll fit your ma's arse with handlebars. Throw a jam tart on the apple cart, pull the bint off a cattle farm, let a lid off a candle jar, parallel park a Mazda, smash her like an abandoned car and drop her off at a salad bar. Need to get my battery charged. It's only filled half a bar. Like battles when I'm off the card. Remember me, the best Scottish MC of the 21st century. Offering my help and expertise to another fledgling scene beset by an emergency. Why think sick MCs feel a need to send for me? Competitors begging me for attention. No, I don't got a verse free, but I will spare you the pleasantries. Recycling MCs, making enemies out of phrasal verbiage, hit them with a hefty fee for carelessly wasting my energy as the earth heats 10 degrees. No shit, I'm getting old quick. Whether be a has-been and a no-been, I'm about to go for it till the old get holding the door of the whip, so I got a show for it. Bruce Banner about to lose my shit, tear my coat off and throw a bespoke and fit. Cuts be full of all sorts. You be thinking they be some kind of warlords. Fucking shut it, boy Joyce. Cunts be rapping like somebody just booted them right in the hall maws. While I'm pumping all the maws round the back of a lodge hall. Jog on. Tripping out your trees while I be sharper than closet could chop logs, puffing Pall Malls till the nicotine stains ingrained in the contours. Watching horror porn on Concord, executive shit. Cause never seen this coming, did they? Drop a microphone, I rip you. Don't call it a comeback, walk right up to the cunt in the club with the uncut fucked up moustache. You the best MC? Eat this dustpan, son, you couldn't run a bloodbath. See that building, climb right up that, then jump off. What's that, drugs in your bag? Ever seen me buzz gas for a skull fuck bucket at? End strike a match on my skull cap. Rolling up to your bird's gaff like a hubcap, flying off an upturned bus in a truck crash. Nothing but a fucked up glance and a puff past glance that could cut glass. What's that, you bus raps? And your bird's twat is tighter than your purse straps. You couldn't burn fat, turn back, son. This is a short path, and I must add, if one hunchback at your back shoots one glance, the comeback's a first-class dirt nap. I'm rubber stamped, you're just rubbered, man. I'm up your bird's gaff while you're at your mucker's flat doing 50 takes in a cupboard, man. You're still drunk, I'm recovered, man. Big tough guys out there with a long way to go till they understand what it means to be a fucking man. Grow up, you fucking bam. I seen more shit than most of these freaks. My house was hard as your whole fucking street. Son, I don't need drugs to be up for weeks. Give me a pen and a pad and a fucking beat and watch me put the whole fucking scene up for lease. Say hi to the fucking chief. Wee bit out of show shape, but it's getting there, isn't it? It's getting there. You know it's getting there, don't you? Rapper watching.
But hey,
is that a UFO?
That's a UFO.
That is a UFO, man. We don't know what it is, so that's a UFO, definitely, man.
Promotion for American Duty too.
Away over there, over the precipice. That was spooky, wasn't it?
Yep.
Amazing stuff. Secret Animal Garden Party, and we watched just
Identified flying objects.
that was a UFO, and you can't beat the way Peter just says, that was spooky, wasn't it? And Peter's just like, yep.
So Darren's definitely not lost his touch.
Absolutely not, man. He actually just uploaded some new bars the other day as well, as ahead of the immersive TV gig that we were just talking about. So he's on fire, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to do with Becky on Friday night. Go and get your tickets. I've put a link in the comments to it. All the money goes to Refugee and Sonny Govan, so it's for a good cause. The ticket link is here. It's a big ticket link, but if you just click it, you won't. Hopefully, you can just click it. You don't need to copy and paste that one, or like type it out individually.
Yeah.
And Lewis saying, "I'm loving this Loki's way with words. Gives me a wee giggle." Johnny Sloan, impossible to comment when Loki is on. Superb as usual. Straight true words. Broad dog, says Colette. You there, Dezo? I think Dezo is Darren. I think he is here somewhere. Brilliant stuff, Loki, says Alan. We've also got Mary saying, great to see Tam the Van. Brooke saying, happy birthday, Uncle Kyle. Love this so much.
Hi, Brooke.
We've also got a message from Jean saying, hi, Tam, sending love from, Aberlour,
yeah.
Aberlour.
We're everywhere tonight.
Where's that?
It's up the road.
Up the road?
It's up the road. It's a few mile up the road.
Is it a big road? I've just not heard it.
Long road to Aberlour.
Near Kansas City?
Not quite as far as Kansas.
Not quite as far as Kansas.
We're still on the mainland here.
Lou saying the new single's brilliant. It really sums up this past year. Thank you. It's called March to Mars by Jackal Trades. It's coming out. It's coming out soon. Hopefully this week. Is anyone else in the shed, Tam? You seem distracted.
No. I've got this 50-inch TV in the shed.
So you're just watching the football?
No, I'm watching us. It's easy to read. Right.
There's a wee delay though, isn't there? There's a wee delay. That's the only.
There's a wee delay, but I can see the comments there.
There's more comments. They don't all make it through here. Dopesickfly here. Great to be part of this Secret Garden event. Love to you, Tam, says Dopesickfly.
Massive.
Look at that. Let's see that. Meta.
There we are.
Look, there you are. Wow.
I'm in double feature. I'm in a double feature.
Well, wait. We go for Dopesickfly next, because since they just commented, since you've got the tap on.
Well, see the other day there, I was just heading up to the shop. It's just at the top of the street, and I met a neighbour who started chatting to me about Kyle, and a girl passed me on a bike, and she said, "I like the top," but I didn't really hear her, and the person I was talking to said, "That girl said she liked your top." Now I looked back, and there was this African girl. She was just a couple of closes down, getting off her bike. I said, "Oh, do you like my top?" She said, "Yeah, Dopesickfly, they're brilliant." I said, "Oh," I said, "They were in my garden the other day." She said, "Oh," she said, "I saw them in the park." I'm going, "The park?" She went, "Oh, not the park." She went, "The meadows." I went, "All right, yeah." Then she said, "I know the bass player." I said, "All right, Joe." And then she was all lit up when I said that. So
amazing. Dopesickfly, bringing the community together.
And Hag Hill, as well as me.
Hopefully I've done all right on this edit, because we've got Dopesickfly. Had some special guests with them, who I think everybody's going to enjoy.
Dopesickfly kind of got me. I did all right that week, and then they hit me with a tsunami, and I couldn't. So Joe was there for a mega hug. Thank you, Joe.
Was that the emotional part of the day? Would you say when Dopesickfly played?
The emotion got me.
It was an emotional set.
Yeah.
Alan's saying that's a cracking big telly you've got, Tim.
Yeah. I've got another one in the house.
Aberlour's exactly between Inverness and Aberdeen, up in the hills.
In the hills.
We're going to play Dopesickfly now. This is the Secret Animal Garden Party, dedicated to Kyle. We're doing it. We're live from Tam's shed, which is
We
brilliant.
almost ended up in Aberlour during the equinox video.
What did
Where that hang.
we got lost?
I detoured.
We detoured. And then we found the secret
the
secret little
uprooted
village.
tree.
The secret little village that
Oh,
looks
I've
like
been
it's a
to
film
the
set.
village, but it was the uprooted tree thing.
Yeah. Don't tell the secret village because everyone
No,
wants
the
to shoot a
secret
video.
village is always going to be a secret.
Secret. It's so secret I don't even know.
Secret.
where
I'll
it
need to
is.
show you it. I'll need to take you back.
You have told me where it is, I just always forget.
Joe knows where it is.
Dopesickfly. How many caps have they got from playing the Secret Animal Garden Party?
Oh yeah, they've got a couple of caps, yeah.
A couple of
They've
caps.
got one in the past, you know. And they always bring the sun.
They do bring the sun.
Bring
And
the sun.
shouts to Ant as well. I think Ant's might join us for a chat later on because, like I said,
Man.
if anyone's want to come on for a wee chat and talk about stuff, then we just send me a message and I'll send you the link. And I think we might have Dopesickfly joining us for a wee chat in a minute. So,
Bring them all on the party.
but obviously, let them play their set first. Well, one song from the set. The full, like I said, all the full sets of all these. You've seen Becky Wallace so far. We've seen Loki, and now we're going to see Dopesickfly. This is just a taster. The full sets are coming very soon. But I just realised that in order to do that, we would be on till 5 in the morning, and that's no. There's not enough hours in the day for that right now. But this is Dopesickfly.
Oh, what a peaceful night. The streets are quiet. Quiet, so I took advice from the pale moonlight. Peace was in our conversation, staring at the constellation, watching all the words that we give life. Let the day unfold, let it warm your soul. The way you move, I'm glad I stay composed. Can we move around the room in every circle that we want to see? Relay our emotions as they put our song in motion. She said, play my song, just for a minute, get me in my zone. Oh, now give me that potion, baby. Give me that potion, baby. Give it to me, baby, won't you tell me how you want me to feel? What's love without war, I say a level with a sex appeal. If the sky wasn't so far, I'd still come over to you. Stand up to a giant to prove my point of view, my point of view. So I say, give it to me, baby, won't you tell me how you want me to feel? What's love without war, I say a level with a sex appeal. If the sky wasn't so far, I'd still come over to you. Stand up to a giant to prove my point of view, my point of view. And she said, play my song, just for a minute, get me in my zone. Oh, now give me that potion, baby. Give me that potion, baby.
My magic man wears smarty pants like the garbage man in his tuxedo. My magic man wears smarty pants like the garbage man in his tuxedo. Gutter tricks of reality, they fall off his lips so fine. You should hear, like, you know how when you're tired and you're lying and you're out of gas and you're knackered, but your mind's still rolling and you're chasing that sheep asleep and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm in a filing cabinet of words and words, and I'm like, how do I make sense of it all? Well, my magic man does. Like a bird with one wing hopping to hope. That's my magic man. That's my magic man.
She said, play my song, just for a minute, get me in my zone. Oh, now give me that potion, baby. Give me that potion, baby. Play it then. Now play it again now. Can you make it louder? I can hear you now. I can hear you now. You say play it then.
Come on, everybody.
Play it again now. Can you make it louder? I can hear you now. I can hear you now. Say play it then. Woo! Can you play it again now? Can you make it louder? I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Brothers and sisters.
Is that you, Daniel? Are you before me?
You call that radio?
Hello, yes, this is Dog.
If you call that radio TV, it's a secret animal garden party. We're live with Tam, and a few people were saying in the comments that it was emotional watching it.
Yeah.
Sharon, I'm feeling so emotional watching this. Brilliant. Mary saying absolutely brilliant, love it. Alan, loving this brilliant stuff. Some great Glasgow talent there, says looking 1055. And
yep.
Mary saying, and that wee cutie. And Bella saying this is beautiful. Yeah.
That was a debut performance.
Was that an exclusive world?
That was exclusive, yeah. That was a surprise for Anne Francis.
It was certainly a surprise for our camera and audio team, because we really didn't have enough microphones. But I kind of tried a few different things for the audio thing, but what I quite like about the garden party in general is the kind of background noise, because you're right in the scheme. So you do occasionally hear an ice cream van going by, and you hear people playing, or people just having a argument or whatever. The sounds of the scheme, and obviously I've tried to. Obviously, I want the music to sound good, but I'm trying to keep in the little element of those people in the back garden next door just having a can and stuff, and that adds to the atmosphere. What's the general reception of your neighbours? What was the first reaction to when you started?
Well, the neighbours actually thought, I think you got a fist pump for my neighbour, sure. But the neighbours...
I got a fist bump.
Yeah, that was it. Over the fence. But the neighbours loved
This was long before COVID, by the way. Just before.
Yeah. Well, we started kicked off in 2013, sure. So we had a few years of partying, and the police always came, and the police were actually pretty good. I always thought 2 minutes and they were away again, And the ASBO, that was quite interesting.
Just to explain that, basically there was an ASBO warning 1 year that said that you couldn't do it again for another 12 months, or you would get like a super ASBO or whatever it is.
Yeah, that was the one.
We did it 1 year and 1 week later. So as a result, Kyle's birthday, which is today, would have been 25th. Yeah. His birthday ended up in July.
So the ASBO is all kind of tied up with the Twist X and Hendo, really, and the gateway to continue the party, So
the Twist X are.
If you want the story on that one, I can tell you the story.
Tell us the story.
So basically the story is that the Twistettes played, and it was just Joe and Nicky, drums and bass, and they were hell of a loud. I thought they were okay. Everybody enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. My neighbours enjoyed it. The community safety people, they didn't enjoy it. So they sent me a letter, and threatened me and sent me this ASBO thing, threatened me with thousands of pounds worth of fines and all the rest of it, whatnot. And it was like my social worker came in to visit me, and they said, "How did Kel's party go?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, it was a fantastic time, but the police came as usual, and they said, oh, that's terrible." I said, "But they were okay, we dealt with them." I said, "But like this warning, this letter, this ASBO thing threatened to fit in a fine and whatnot." He said, that's disgusting. He said, it's all about him, it was about Kyle. He said, phone them up and complain. So I thought, all right, I will. So I picked up the phone and I phoned the people that were complaining against me, and I complained about them.
You complained about the complainers?
Yeah, I told them that the social services were disgusted with their actions, and I said that day I was celebrating my son's life. My son was terminally ill, and we were celebrating his life. I said, it was only one day in a year. I said, I wasn't playing. He said that I was playing, I was making this loud noise between 10 past 6 and 10 to 7 at night. And I said to him, well, pal, I'm sorry, but I was making a noise between 2 p.m. and 9 p.m. prompt. You know, and I said, in between that, I had this band on. You know, there were drums and a bass, it was these girls, twistettes. I says, and they were a wee bit loud. And I said, we could control the sound, the DJs and whatnot that I had there, but I couldn't control those drums. You know, drums travel.
Nikki D'Arc, her drums did travel.
I mean, we've all heard the walk coming down for wherever away.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, because it's not the neighbours. The neighbours are all invited to the party and they all enjoy the party. It's the neighbours further and further away. And I thought it was a much ado about nothing. I thought it was just a moany person. But the police told me no. If you walk round, you can hear it for miles. And the further you walk away, the louder the drums get. So we agreed that day to only ever have. We did a week. We'd always do it 12 months and a week later. And we would make sure that we only ever had one band with drums, and they went on second last. And you know, about 7 o'clock, we put on the drum band, and then everything else was just acoustic or hip hop acts or DJs or poets or whatever, comedians. I think sometimes as well.
Well, and this all turned into me saying to the fella, I had a young man in my garden, and I said he'd £9,000 lenses on the end of his cameras, and he was making a wee short film, and they were going to show it at the Commonwealth Games on the big screen. You know, and then it says, on the big screen. I went, aye, the big screen. Then he went all quiet, and I thought, hello? And then eventually came back and he says, okay, Mr. Adams, that's you. You're on the system now. We won't be sending in more threatening letters, blah, blah, blah. You can party all you want. You know what I mean? He said, we might come as an act of courtesy and ask you to turn it down, but no way will we ever stop your party. You know, it's only once a year. It's celebrating his son's life. And I thought, great. Then I didn't realise until the Commonwealth Games came out.
Yeah.
Big screen. I just thought it was a screen.
Well, it was the big screen. It was the opening ceremony of the Commonwealth Games. Tam and Kyle in the garden party was part of the Commonwealth Games opening ceremony. And then also Hendo, it was Hendo that filmed a lot of the footage you're seeing tonight, and he won a BAFTA for it as well. So tell us about the BAFTA before we bring on a guest.
Well, basically what happened was they showed the film at the opening of the Commonwealth, you know, and then it got nominated the following year for New Talent 2015. So he got the nomination, so me and Kyle all sitting and booted and we along in the BAFTA, and we were sitting there, you know, and it's actually really good. The boys in Burniston was there. I enjoyed that, seeing them. They were giving away things for the guys that do the artwork and these kind of games that you get. I thought it was interesting that they did awards for things like that. But anyway, they came in a bit with us, and the songs came on, and then they came in like the font, and the font with me, the bit with the cake, you know. So I was like, they're me. And it stayed there for about 10-15 minutes. I'm going, there's me. But then it went, and the one there is. And it was the wee things with Hendo. So fantastic stuff. Well done, Ian.
Well done, Hendo.
Thank you for giving. Hendo's got the actual plaque, but Kyle's got the actual certificate that Hendo then gave him that. That was his 18th, the BAFTA, and but Kyle then got the certificate for his 21st. Yeah, I know it's been quite a century day, and I think after I took that, you know, we got so close.
It was defying death's and birth, really,
It
wasn't it?
Yeah,
the odds were always the odds were how many times were you told he didn't have long left?
Eulogy. You know, you heard Kyle's eulogy and the struggle, you know, to get where I got to, you know, and then have this fantastic life that I had with Kyle, and it was courtesy really all you guys, because that was my life after I came away from all those kind of horrible surgeries and things that he went through. That was 12 years of just living in a hospital, you know, on a daily basis, more or less. You know, there was wee times you got out here and there, but it was nice to we got out for singing kettle, you know. And Kylie, you know, Kylie was a good thing. That was a big venture doing that. all the kind of doctors and nurses and whatnot, and resuscitating them all with them, lots of oxygen. And when we came along, all the crews were up and go, oh, who's this coming? It was VIP, and it was Kyle. So that was nice of them to do that. Was the SECC people.
And thank you for letting us into you and Kyle's universe. And
Yeah,
so
well,
many
Kyle's universe is another thing. That's up on YouTube as well.
There's so many. We've said so many good times in the garden party, but also just you and Kyle going to all the festivals as well, and that's why the festival family
was brilliant.
Everybody was absolutely gutted to hear the sad news, and
Yeah,
we started a GoFundMe. I put the link in it as well, which was incredible. We got to £4,000, which is brilliant. I think the original was 1,000. We'll try to get, but you know, this is the last time we're going to shout it out. But if you're enjoying the show tonight, then please support Tam's GoFundMe. I've put the link in the comments there. Just go and do it. Stick a few quid in tonight. You know what I mean? Stick a tenner in if you're enjoying the show. I think it's the right thing to do. Loads of comments coming in. Bless up, man. Bless up, Tam, says Jay Lee. Maxine's saying, love you, Thomas. We've got
Maxine.
love from Lou. Thinking of you, my pal Tam. It says Bob in the house.
Hey, Bob.
Thanks to Bob as well, because mixing some of this footage, I had hair at the start of this gig.
All right,
and then
yeah.
by the end of it, I got taken for a haircut by Bob, so thank you, Bob. There's a few people laughing at prompt. You were playing music at 7? No, it's actually 2 till 9 prompt.
Aye, prompt, that's a tell them.
Johnny Sloan says prompt wins. Prompt wins. It was fairly prompt.
Yeah, it always is.
I remember the time the Polish came. I think one of the DJs, I think it was maybe Do What You Like, Scott was playing some tunes, and it was kind of like techno or dubstep or drum and bass or something, and the Polish have kind of came in thinking they were raiding a young person's party or whatever, and they just sort of looked around, and then they just left. So fair play to the Polish. In general, they were really sound when they were dealing with it.
Yeah, every time they came. And sometimes they didn't bother coming, which was good.
And sometimes they didn't even bother coming, but with the Twistettes play, they always turn up.
Yeah.
Mary Grant, heavenly birthday wishes to Kyle. We've got heavenly birthday, Kyle's from Mary. 53 weeks in a year, yes. Sharon says, I had the police at my son's when building a spring was on. Wasn't even late. So you're just playing it on the telly. Fucking some speakers. Becky Wallace saying, great story, I didn't know that. We've got, you've gave Kyle some birthdays over the years. The garden parties were a brilliant idea, says Irene. Happy birthday, Kyle, says Mikey Renshaw as well. Now, before we play our next act, we're going to bring on some special, I think it's a couple of special guests that are about to come on just now. But yeah, support the GoFundMe, and also if you're watching on Facebook or you're watching on Twitch or Twitter or any of those things, you need to get the bus to YouTube now. It's last orders to get on the bus. Click that link to watch the rest of the show on YouTube. It sounds a lot better and it looks a lot better, so I'll give you a few minutes to do that while we bring on our guest, who is Dopesickfly.
Click that link.
Dopesickfly might need to put earphones on though. There seems to be a delay, but we'll try it. How you doing, guys? There's a bit of a delay. Hi! You'll see that in about 10 seconds.
We'll try it. How you doing, guys?
Doing all right.
Good. Did you enjoy playing the party?
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Francis. Hi, Anne.
It's a little delay.
Yes.
I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. It's making my day. It's making it, man.
Well, there is a bit of a delay here. Maybe we could sort out, Dopesickfly can get some earphones on the go. A delay. Yes, there is a delay, Johnny Sloan. Well spotted. We'll put on another act, I think. And we're still in the daytime.
Yeah, we're still in daylight.
It's still daylight, so let's find who do you think should play? Just Rory B.
Rory was recovering.
Rory was recovering.
That's
but
part
still
of the recovery therapy.
Well, I think he'd been out the night before.
Yeah.
And so we've got Rory B, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute legend. A lot of you might know him from Busker Rhymes. He does a lot of hip-hop stuff, but he's working really hard on a kind of more folky solo EP. And I think this one's called Rose Tinted Beer Goggles. It's exclusive.
It's a nice sunny day here today. We're here to remember Kyle as well at the Secret Animal Garden Party. It's good to be out and meet people again as well. This song's called Rose Tinted Beer Goggles. Stare into a sunset like the abyss and hope this doesn't end. Enshrined inside a moment of bliss, I'm trapped behind the steering wheel, approaching the bend. We reached out to grab the last few minutes left of the summertime, in denial as the autumn leaves fall. These tears are freezing to our cheeks. Are they tears of happiness, or do we mourn the times that we lost? That we lost. With dilated eyes and smiles that glazed over our faces, so sad that we hide from the crowd. We're living life to the fullest, and we never get sad, only ever feel sad when there's no one else around. 'Cause this was all over nothing, we promised each other this would never end. And as we lay in the sand, no recollection of yesterday, holding you tight with both hands, it got harder and harder to hold on. Yeah, yeah, ooh. One day we'll look back on these times and laugh through a pair of rose-tinted beer goggles. Remember good times, or just forget the bad. Get drunk on nostalgia, lay to rest the past. 'Cause this was all over nothing, we promised each other this would never end. And as we lay in the sand, no recollection of yesterday, holding you tight with both hands. 'Cause this was all over nothing, let's be honest for once and come to terms with the end. 'Cause as you push me away, vague recollections of yesterday forced me to understand. It got harder and harder to hold on. 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 Okay.
educate our children to take their place in the economies of the 21st century. How do we do that? Given that we can't anticipate what the economy will look like at the end of next week. Every country on Earth is trying to figure out how do we educate our children so they have a sense of cultural identity and so that we can pass on the cultural genes of our communities while being part of the process of globalization. How do you square that circle?
You call that radio?
Makes coherent sense. If you call that radio TV, we are live from the Secret Animal Garden Party, and everything you're watching just now is exclusively done in Tam's garden for the show tonight to celebrate Kyle, what should have been Kyle's 25th birthday. This is the 9th, I believe, garden party. Hopefully there'll be a real one this year, who knows. If you want to show support to Tam's GoFundMe, I think it's the least we can do. Then go to gofundme.com/all that. Just click the link. Also, if you're watching on Facebook or Twitch, you need to get the bus to YouTube, because that is where we're going to be watching the rest of the show tonight. So I'm going to put that link in the comments. Get the bus to YouTube. The link is here. If you're already on YouTube, don't worry, you don't need to do anything. But if you're on Twitch, Twitter or Facebook, then please go to YouTube. It just sounds and looks an awful lot better. So buy Facebook, buy Twitch and buy Twitter. And it's just us on YouTube. So, yeah. If you're on YouTube already, you made the right choice. I'm live with Tam. Tam is in the house. We just watched Rory B, who's played the garden. I remember, I think the first time he played it was an amazing set he did with Kieran Mack. Remember they used to do like an acoustic set together?
Yeah, they were fantastic. The neighbours hung out the windows when they came on.
It was really good.
If
we've got time, we might play some videos.
You've got him in the background there. There's an animal.
Yeah, he's there. Yeah, he's there. The animals. Loads of nice comments about Rory. Get the bus to YouTube. Says Windy Bro Industries. Hello, Windy Bro Industries. When is Big Wave coming out? I had a cameo in a short film called Big Waves, which I believe is coming out soon. It's so funny. Mike Hunt. Great show so far, Mark. Thank you, Mike. Beautiful lyrics. Happy birthday, Kyle, says Jean Miller. Petra saying, I always say it. I'm going to say it again. I love Rory O.B. GBH saying, great show, Mark. Love and power to you. Matt Smada, bro. Makes me smile that Kyle had those happy times, says Sharon.
Yeah, we filled them.
Best wishes to Tam. Thanks for sharing those stories, says Jigsaw Tiger. A beautiful Rory, says Becky. Loving the show, says Dan. Thanks to everybody who's tuned in. Angela's in the house. Hi, Tam. Nice to see you. Good to see you, Angela.
Hello.
My heart's swelling thinking of Kyle enjoying the party. Hats off to all. And Big Waves is coming summer 2021. Good, because I want to see that film. I think we can go now live to our guest. There was a bit of a delay issue. Yeah. We believe that we might have fixed that. Dopesickfly, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
Brilliant.
Yeah, we can hear you.
That's amazing. That's better. That's much better.
Yeah.
So I was just asking how you were. You said you were good, and then we got confused. What's your memories of playing the garden party?
We played it a few years ago. It started raining for a little bit, and the sun just came out. I think the first song we played was "Jump in the Water," and it was a good party. It's good.
That's right. I remember that. The second time, the same thing. The sun was out for you as well.
Yeah, that's right.
It was cool.
Yeah, you made a wee video, and that was part of it.
Yes, that's right. We made a little video because we used to just document everything with Dopesickfly. But the gardens were great because our little daughter Gaia could come along to them.
Yeah,
and that's why we got her to do this. We didn't get her to do nothing. She asked if she could perform at this performance, and I mean,
and this is our first ever performance.
Yes, ever.
First ever performance.
Yeah, and I don't usually perform either, but we just said, you know what, it's for Tam and Kyle, and it's a memory thing, so let's just all go up as a family. So that's what happened.
Yeah.
And I think you nearly, well, we did make Tam cry.
Yeah. Tam
emotional.
Yeah.
We have this really cool song called "We Are One."
Yeah.
And it talks about being strong and being beautiful, and that we're all one.
Yeah.
So I think it was that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like.
You did it again.
Oh no. Sorry, Tam. He didn't play that song though, which is good because you would have been bawling. You would have been like, I think we'll all be bawling.
I love if Mark could play it. You know.
Don't know if he's got it.
I don't know if it works like that tonight. Like there's I am.
But can you show it another time?
We can show it another time. Yes, I'm up for that. I'm up for that.
Yeah,
but there is just it's a thin line of technical issues and time restraints here, where I'm just treading thin water, eggshells, water, thin water, something like that. So,
you know what you can do? I know we have a suggestion. Friday night, you can get to see the whole band perform the song.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it hip hop for Kyle too. So
yeah.
You know.
Okay, yes, that's a plug for Friday night. Dopesickfly, if you enjoyed that little snippet on Friday, you can tune in to Nurses TV on Friday. You'll see the Girl Cried Wolf, Jackal Trades, Loki, Becky, and the Live Today album live. So it's going to be and I
best
think
thing on TV.
Most people have played the Garden Party that's on that list. Tam, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah,
I think.
I remember one year I had a full festival lineup. I don't know who it was, but I had the full lineup one year, and then I went to festival, and they were doing all the festivals.
Some of the festivals do straight out copy the lineups, I think.
So,
yeah. Oh yeah, you know.
Yeah, we're usually first. We kick it off.
Yeah, that's right.
We're doing good timing. You know,
ahead of the curve.
Yeah,
I've got brilliant performance. You nailed it, Francis. Great voice.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, considering that was unplanned, Francis, you did amazing.
I know. Anthony put me on the spot. I do like to write a lot and help out with songs, but I don't usually perform them. So I was just like, okay, all right, I'll do it.
The sun was out.
The sun was out, and I said, it's for Tam, it's for Kyle. Let's just make it happen.
I remember the wee story you told me about somebody saying to you, but what's all the fuss about? It's just somebody going to a gig. And you said, no, it was a journey that person had to get to that gig.
Yeah.
They had to survive life. And then once they got there, had to travel all this terrain and whatnot, and all weathers and whatnot, and they'd be there. And that really touched me when you said that, because I never really thought about me doing what I did like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That was a big thing.
Getting Kyle ready for life, and then being able to experience it was fantastic,
Yeah.
What you said, it kind of made a lot of, I thought, yeah. I can always look back in Kyle's life and think, yeah, that was a good run you had, Kyle.
Oh man, you made it happen, Tam. You made it happen.
Well, all these people are part of that, and many others out there. You all know who they are,
Yeah. It's like one big family.
I was going to say that. I mean, I just took it on board as family,
Yeah. And that's what it is. That's what it feels like. Being a part of the garden party, that's exactly what it is. And still,
I'll get round about the mix because of Kyle, and then I always get, like Mark always knows, I was always be behind the scenes. Maybe I set up the scene, and then I'll go behind.
Definitely set up the scenes.
And if I get then we'll go behind it. But then if I get noticed behind the scene, I will go behind the scenes. I was always looking, and then I could always make it a wee bit better. Because I've noticed
a lot of people don't understand the amount of work that goes into a gig, especially low budget gigs, when you've not got a team around you to set it up. So it's like, if anyone's ever been to a gig that I've put on in the last 8 years, then behind the scenes it was just literally me and Tam carrying amps, pretty much. So sometimes I'd be first thing in the morning to start the gig, last thing at night. Or occasionally, if I've had a few drinks, I'll be like, can we just do this tomorrow? And then then future Mark hates me for it, because then I've got a hangover and I've got to carry the amps. Like, why didn't I just do it last night?
Audio Soup was when we met you, the two of you together, was brilliant. I was like, wow, these guys just put this, the tent and all the other stuff.
Yeah, Boom Bap Soup tent. We got shouts to Jonathan, and Jonathan helped build the stage, literally built the stage, which is what you learn when you start working in festivals, is that everything can be solved with pallets, wooden pallets fixes everything.
Yeah.
Pallets and hay.
We've got Martin Windebank's in the house. Awesome show tonight, guys. Big up Kyle, Tam and all their secret animals. Martin Windebank has a set coming up later on, and it's fantastic. It's an amazing set. But obviously, that's not until it gets dark. It needs to get dark before Martin can appear.
You're going to bring the stars out.
Well, I think, so when you played your fantastic set, and I think straight after you, was it Joe D'Arc? Was that right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
It was Joe D'Arc.
Amazing.
So I think
amazing set from Joe,
I think we'll do a little bit of Joe D'Arc, who's obviously got so many alter egos that you've just got to call her Joe at this stage. Because I think she played a Minerva Wake song, a Twisted song, a Jackal Trade song, then a Gyro Baby song. But we're going to start at the beginning of the set, which obviously all these sets will be available soon. And yes, so if you enjoyed that Dopesickfly set, you will see that soon when we get the time to do the full thing. But I just didn't want to rush the whole thing, because there's lots of so many microphones and so many cameras that I want it to be the best it can be.
We appreciate y'all having us, man.
Yeah,
really.
thank you so much.
It's a special moment, special.
It was great for you to be there, guys. Really appreciate it. This is Joe D'Arc with her, starting the show with her Minerva Wakes alter ego.
This is Come On. When will it end? I don't know. Take it nice and slow. Sinking down, I'm watching clouds don't sound a bit like me. When will it end? I don't know. I don't know. Take it, come on. Live it, come on. Take it, come on. Live it, come on. Sliding to my knees. Take it slow. Oh God, I don't know. Time unravels me. I'm blind, then I can see again. Take it, come on. Live it, come on. 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 Thank you. So yeah, that's one of the Minerva Wakes chat.
Brothers and sisters, may the peace that can only come from the one God be upon you. We are here to tell the people that we hear you. One God will not allow us and people of conscience to lose our morale. we see the crimes of this government, how they support every dictator and criminal on this earth. Sometimes you can feel down. Sometimes your morale can go down.
Yes, it is Joe D'Arc, and that was a song from her Minerva Wakes, which is another exclusive, Tam, because Minerva Wakes has never been performed acoustically before.
Yeah.
So another exclusive for the Garden.
She's the Asbo Queen.
The Asbo Queen, obviously Joe also of, who then did a Twisted song. The Twistettes, obviously we didn't get an Asbo this time because there was no drums.
No drums.
We've got Petra, round of applause. We got a round of applause for Jigsaw Tiger. Stunning performance, Joe, says Sharon. Yes, amazing. More from Joe, please. Well, there will be there's a full set to come. She did a Twisted song, Minerva Wakes song, Gyro Baby song, and a Jackal Trade song. So not tonight, I don't think. Maybe if we've got time, but I don't think so. Alan's saying this is much better than going outside. Really enjoying it. And Mary Hall, I think that is saying, what a brilliant show with beautiful chat and for Windy Bro. Yeah, it's going well so far. We've still got Dopesickfly here. Dopesickfly, anything to promote before you guys go? I know that you're muted just now, so you just need to unmute yourself. But get the plugs in.
Go.
Friday, man. Friday is the whole shebang.
It's
immersive.
I hear it's going to be interactive.
Yeah, that's what they say. I'm with you. I'm a bit scared and excited.
I think you're going to get to meet the whole band properly. You haven't met Iona. She's on the bass. We've got Joe. He's singing the harmonies and also playing guitar. And then we've got Alex Palmer on drums. So it's upbeat, positive, funky stuff. We get everybody dancing.
Yeah.
Right?
Ant has been the busiest man in lockdown show business because he's obviously played the Capture Works show with us. And then I seen them in Limbic
That's where it
TV.
started at, man. It started at Capsule Work. Your energy was like, come on, man.
Rev's got to keep doing it. Limbic TV. Where else were you were in? Then I seen you. Then you did the Secret Animal Garden party.
Oh yeah.
And I said at the time, you're the businessman in showbiz right now.
I said you're the businessman in showbiz.
Then the next day, I was at the Barrowlands recording
Colonel
Mustard, and you were there again. So you're keeping busy.
Oh, they've got the album launch this Saturday, so you're going to be part of that.
Check that out. Colonel Mustard and the Dijon 5 are releasing the difficult number 2, number two, which is out at the. We'll able to watch that live.
Just keep an eye on the page. If you're not following Dopesickfly, follow them because we've got other things coming up.
It's non-stop.
We just don't want to promote it all in the one go. We want people
just focus on Friday. It's immersive TV. Yeah. It's £8 if you want to watch it the way you're watching now.
Yes.
It's a tenner if you want to be on the wall of Zoom so that we can actually see you as we perform
dance
live.
with us on the wall.
Yeah.
Dance with us on the wall.
Tam's going to be there, aren't you, Tam?
I'll be there. Yeah.
Tam will be there.
And
also, if you are skint as well, obviously we're raising money for Refugee and Sonny G, but David Blair has kindly given me 3 tickets to give away to you call that radio viewers. I don't want to do a raffle because if someone wins the raffle that's actually okay for money, then it's just going to get complicated. So if you just send me a message, if you really want to see immersive TV and you're skint, then just send us a message. The first 3 to do that, you can send me a message tonight or tomorrow or whatever. The first 3 will get a free ticket to watch the stream as well.
If you want to dance on the telly, get down.
You want to dance on the telly. Thank you, Dopesickfly.
Thank
a pleasure
you
as
for
always.
Us. Good to see
Take
you,
care.
Tam.
See you later.
Yeah, love you.
That's Dopesickfly. So we've got some comments coming in about Joe D'Arc. That woman though, says Carrie. The Asbo Queen, Never Wakes. The Asbo Queen, great show so far. Lots of love to you, Tam. The Asbo Queen, you can put that in your bio.
Yeah.
Minerva Wakes is my fave, says Dale Lord. How you doing, Dale, man? I've been enjoying your the video that you posted on the page the other day. I really enjoyed that. Me and all, says Becky Wallace. Joe D'Arc, Becky Wallace says Joe D'Arc is amazing, but I've just now then the D'Arc and not Dark. Yeah, it's Joe D'Arc. I've just been pronouncing her name wrong for about 10 years as well. So it's Joe D'Arc. Unfortunately, I got that wrong, and she's thanking her for the kind comments. Yes, Joe has played the Secret Animal Garden party plenty of times. Colette's saying I'm skint and sober again, Sugar a Cube. Well, Colette, we'll sort you out. If you're skint and you're sober, then we will sort you out on Friday night for Immersive TV. Kirstine is saying, thank God IKEA's opened up so I can get a frame for my lovely poster. And brilliant acoustic set. Joe says dreamers never sleep.
Maybe they should have Secret Animal in their text.
Secret Animal. And also, can I just give a wee shout out to, we've actually just, Mary Holt just stuck a tenner into the Help Tam fund.
Thank you, Mary.
Let's just see. I'll bring that up on the screen actually so people can see it. But this is the GoFundMe. So we just got a tenner from Mary Holt. We got a tenner from Amanda Brown. So it's up to it's up 20 quid. Nice one, guys. Cheers to Amanda and Mary. And I'll put the link in the comments if anyone else just wants to stick a tenner in to help Tam, because Tam's helped us for many years and asked for nothing in return. So I think you should all do that if you can. So that's the GoFundMe. It's now in the links. So let's go back. Is it still daylight? How dark is it outside? Would you say?
Still a bit light, yeah.
Still a bit light, yeah, isn't it?
There's cracks in the shed.
There's lights from the shed. Let's find. I think it was Apocalypse Theorists, which is Mark. Shannon and Mark are up next. And I'm just I was that was the one that I was trying it right up until we went live to get the audio just right on it.
Yeah.
But like I said, I have edited 12 videos in one day, so it's been a bit of a shift. So hopefully that everything's sounding and looking good. Let me know. We're obviously we can make changes before the full sets go out live.
I thought they were very visual. You know.
As in the audio shite.
No, audio.
I thought it was just been I thought it was
the act itself was brilliant. You know,
the camera work of both Hendo, Martin Windebank, and of course wee Lewis as well. They did such a great job, and so I really appreciate all the work they put in. And I mean, you've got some really top quality camera equipment here. So it was actually, if I wasn't in such a rush, but I was enjoying it because it was just looking at all the shots and going, wow, it's actually captured that vibe. And but we're going to actually, once we get through this a wee bit faster, we might look at some old footage of previous garden parties when you were allowed to have a crowd in.
Yeah, it'd be nice to compare that, you know.
Well, it was
the garden's a bit bare as well. It's a bit more foliage, I'd imagine.
We used to have, to be fair, shouts to Mugstock, they actually offered us any of the things that we needed. Shouts to Barry Neeson as well, who made the Secret Animal banner that you can see behind Tam sometimes if he turns
Thank you,
away.
Barry.
Another legend. So this is Apocalypse Theorists. I believe this is their first ever live gig. I know Mark's been in the music scene for years. He's been in punk bands and all sorts. And Shannon is an accomplished poet in the Glasgow scene. And they've just created something really amazing and unique sounding. And I hope you enjoy it. This is Apocalypse Theorists.
Thank you, Secret Animal 2021. Massive props to Mark McGee for asking us out this beautiful sunny day. Props once more to Tam, the man, the van, the legend. I was relevant once, swinging my pen like an elephant's trunk. Permanent tenant and tenement dunce, living on tenants and leather and dunce. I'm an elegant dunce. Sweating out Kent with the medicine's done. Only perk up to the smell of a blunt. Since then I've developed a hell of a front. My sentence is up, my penance is done. Done feeling frightened and jealous of cunts. Expressing my sentiments tense to the dumb. I bet you it ends in a therapy slump. This is the edited cut, cause I take no pleasure in dredging it up. Instead it is blurred the death of my mum who is messing me up. Just remembering stuff, I'm a delicate touch. From decades I learned to weather a punch. Suppressing a memory of love and investing in getting my penmanship up. Don't mess with a veteran punk. You're less than competitive, sweating and drunk. You blether and punch, but your measures and funds and your fetid treasures no better than junk. Thank you. I'm Mark. Wrap his teeth. This is Shannon. Raps his Persephonic. We are the Associates Apocalypse Theorists. And it is a lovely day for an apocalypse.
You grasp that? Big Brother is not watching you.
Such a habit revolutionary, script never discretionary, worse than my contemporary, such a welcome man, the Mary hiding in the mortuary, I can barely be sweat touch, you may well call me deity, and the way his body sees, tangled in apologies, and never sure what I believe, loses sleep, but to sheep, I always see consistency, the question of history, that is all sticks to me, I don't want this, freedom on the precipice, can't be me, I just need a therapist, want this, the freedom's on the precipice, there's one
I said, email.
Look down, shaky fingers and weak hands. Pressed in the pants, an assortment of well-printed word plans for syntax. There's always to go home and get camp, but I scratch the edge of a hospital wristband. I know the way that my lips seem to crack on the edge of my breath, almost panic attack, thinking health is wrong head and the some things I lack. But these weights on my hand turn perfection to black, and I see it like a nightmare sequence. She painted red in the rise, the demons, the boys, and my colors still citing the reason. While slaughtering children with unvoid of feeling, I do my least. You just be grateful for breathing. I'm mad that these stole from you. War is just thieving. We pass all this patriotism, so it seems redeeming. And I know it's not a premonition, but I'm fucking on a mission. I so in the ambition, from that car collision, undivided sense of vision, entering in head, and I take back my funds.
I'm sick and tired of learning patience, turning page ends, taking names and burning bridges. Don't ease it right, I've seen your like when hangs are turning vicious. I know I'm shite, at least I know the type to be calling mom and bitches. It's like I'm the litmus for sickness and all your pernicious traditions. I don't know what this is, I just know I should draw me or know a toss scared, know exactly a ball here away from all my lollipop physical fitness, and she's no here, and that's no fair. How can I make vague moves to grow anarchy when I can't even break loose knowing gravity? Lips move along, a corner faces that's sorry, welcome to the trauma ward, the noose is mandatory. It's like they planned it, collapse like capitalism, schism like communism, or get locked like records missing from rotten forgotten prisons. Meanwhile the rich stay hidden, their existence only visible through a privileged prison. You can't get them, or sitting on millions who think it's a driven militant resistance to no be your shit. Spin the anchors up to 11 with your opinions and errors and women. God willing you future phobic villains dying of burning done. For what you begin to focus, forgetting the living. They'll just squabble like children shit. Maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe be a better world without you in it. Maybe be a better world without you in it. Maybe be a better world without you in it. Maybe be a better world without you in it. Shit. Just tripping. We'd rather love with open hearts, not in the crossfire. To gather up your broken parts, toss them in a bonfire. We'd rather love with open hearts, caught in the crossfire. To gather up your broken parts, toss them in a bonfire. Thank you, thank you, thank you!
All systems go! Ignition.
What is that? Oh shit, what is that?
It's a trap.
Who you fighting?
I have 4 doves in my backyard. I'm constantly pumping those doves, man.
It's good that people are getting bummed up again because we've not had enough of that. We've not had enough of that. We've not had enough of that. This is a democracy on You Call That Radio. 3, 2, 1. As You Call That Radio TV, live from the Secret Animal Garden Party 2021. Did we get the numbers on that? Is this the 8th?
We would have been at 9.
We would have been at 9, so hopefully this is the 2020 version, and we can get a real one this year.
Yeah.
That'll be, and then that means we've caught up. So this was the 8th, and then this summer we can have one, and it'll be the 9th.
Yeah. Well, we were. I suppose we didn't know how things were going to go with Kyle, and it's like we expected 25. This was going to be the big, like 21st. It was going to be a big celebration, and then next year we'd been 10. So we had two big, massive celebrations. Could either been a decade. We do, but we're going to continue anyway, Mark. You know.
Of course.
We'll run into the decade.
And I mean,
beyond.
that's a point. I mean, that's why I think people should give in to the GoFundMe to get you a new van, because obviously the van is no longer. Because Tam the van without a van, I don't like it. You're probably just enjoying the peace and quiet and not having to fucking pick apps up all the time.
Anyway, and I wasn't that fussed, not being in the van, but now I'm still not fussed.
You've done a shift, mate. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I've done a shift.
You've definitely.
I'll come back and I'll appear in some kind of vehicle. You know, I still carry things.
Still.
I'll make things happen.
Still making things happen, of course.
I don't have a van. I can always orchestrate. I'm good at that.
We've got comments coming in. We've got all the chat disappeared, so no link to Tam's van. That's weird. Is that right? Okay, I'll do the GoFundMe link again.
All right.
See, I thought that happened as well. It looked like the chat disappeared also, but I thought it was just me. But hold on, let me just go. That's the link there. Hopefully you can see that. It's gofundme.com/help-tam, and is out if you need that one. So I'll leave that on the screen just now. But I mean, yeah, it's been a brilliant response anyway, even if nobody does chip in tonight. We've already had 20 quid in tonight, which is brilliant.
Oh no.
Were you surprised? Obviously, I was trying to keep it a secret from you, but everybody you knew started sharing the link.
Well, they did that as well, but I never really paid much attention to Facebook or things, and obviously the press got involved, which made you have to mention it to me, although I said I did have wind of it from a carer. Started spouting. And I went, I don't want to know, and then she kept on spouting. You know? But then we had the chat, and then also I had to speak to the paper.
Well, that's right. The media got in touch.
I was even apprehensive about speaking to them because you know how they can be, but they were okay with the story.
Yeah, I mean, she did. I spoke to her on the phone, and she seemed sound enough. And then I also checked with somebody that I know that works in media if he could vouch for her, and he didn't. I don't think he knew her. But
I did likewise.
But it was just to check. But I mean, at the end of the day, it was just a beautiful story. A sad story, but beautiful as well. And I think,
it was.
I mean, even the Daily Mail couldn't do a bad one in that. It was just it was a beautiful story. It was a sad story and a beautiful story, and it's just great that the community sort of got together, and you know they made things happen.
Sharon
says I just googled the GoFundMe page for Tam, easy to find. And we've got Smelly Face for Max and Joyce. Let's go back to the Apocalypse Theorists. We got kind of distracted there. Go Shannon, go, says Mark.
Yeah, they put a smile on their face, those guys.
It was a really good set, like really good. I mean, I knew it'd be good, but you know, I've not heard much from them as a duo. But you know, they both get skills, and
Mark's a lovely guy, and Shannon's obviously a lovely lady.
So we've got a round of applause. Kirstine saying, Ace, are they playing this year? I don't know if they're playing this year. I'm sure that I know that they definitely want to play, because I know that when I've put a shout out for bands that they've been really wanting to get involved in other gigs that I'd already filled up. So when they offered to play the garden party, I was quick to give them a shout, because I wanted to see what they've been up to. And obviously they've been using lockdown as quite obviously using a time to write and practice. The beats work really well. They complement each other very, very well. Obviously the audio, that's what I was playing about before we went on, because obviously there's a bit of a volume difference in both their personalities. But on a real normal stage, that's going to sound amazing, just having the contrast between them both. We've got Love Hearts from Brooke. Sun and music, it doesn't get better. Says Ewan, hello Ewan. Alan saying excellent stuff again. And also there was a couple of good Cracks in the Shed, a great band name, which is true. It's a great band name. In fact, it might even just be a good lyric that I might steal if that's all right, because I think that's what it feels like right now in general. See, with lockdown restrictions, we still feel trapped, but there is some light out there, and it feels like Cracks in the Shed. And Kyle King said, shedding some light in the situation. I enjoy that one as well. And
Cracks in the Shed, bolts in the gazebo.
Bolts in the gazebo, that one as well. Bolt the gazebo.
Bolt the gazebo.
I can't remember exactly how that happened, but I think Tam said bolt the gazebo one time, and I had a few drinks in me, and I was just like, Bolt the Gazebo is a great name for a band or a rapper. Bolt the Gazebo.
Mackenzie was doing his last thing during the kind of lockdown, lift down thing. But the police came and shut him down. But we had to bolt the gazebo, so we didn't use the gazebo.
Right. And that's where it came. Bolt the Gazebo. We've got Tam, keep your fingers crossed. I'll get tickets for Shed 7 tomorrow. Shed 7 tickets going on sale tomorrow. And I believe Chris Helm is supporting as well, who hopefully will be on the show soon. Texture's commented, what's up, Michael? Texture, you better get ready, because I think you're on next. So get your chit chat, get to what? Get ready, get your beats ready.
I'm sure you were talking about kind of having ice cream vans in the background.
Yeah.
I'm sure when Texture was on, there was like the ambulances or fire services or somebody in the background.
And
but
helicopters.
Fitting into his set, if you know what I mean. It wasn't like in the way, you know. So basically,
what's the thing? The sound for Texture sounds really cool. What I did was I just layered up all the audio, and it sounded really great when I did it yesterday. So I hope that's the case.
Yep, Bram had a great set.
If you don't like it, don't worry, because I'm going to be re-editing everything before it goes out as an actual show for each individual artist. Danny's saying, just in for work, brilliant to come home to this, the gazebo effect. Hunt the hot tub, says Johnny Sloan.
I've got one of them out there as well.
Phil McCracken would be a good name as well. Yep. Phil MC Kraken, like Phil MC Racken, would be good. Great show, guys. Love you, Dad. Roll on the next garden party. Andrea here says on Brooks YouTube.
Thanks, darling.
Good to see you, Andrea. Glad you could make it. And and I know that Andrea, you've seen all the garden parties as well. There's not that many people that have made all the garden parties, is there?
You.
There's been a few.
You've been there.
Yeah. We've got payday tomorrow, says Kirsten. She's going to chip in tomorrow. Amazing stuff. Like I said, don't feel obliged, but I just think it'd be nice if we could just send Tam with a few extra quid tonight. We just heard the texture there. The gazebo effect is my favourite. The gazebo effect. Thank you, Tam. Such a pleasure to play again. Big love, man. Well, texture, get ready, because we're going to go live. Do you want to just pop your head out the shed and see if he's ready to perform yet?
Well, hold on.
This is live from...
it looks like he's ready to rock.
He's ready to go. He's got off YouTube and he's ready. Yeah, it's getting a wee bit darker as well. Is it just a wee bit darker out there?
I think it was a Colin Syme clap.
Yeah. Is it a bit darker out there?
No.
Looks a bit darker to me. There he is.
Yo,
Texture.
Black Lantern Clan, 2021. Susan on the beat. Yeah, listen. Illuminating manuscripts, imperial passages. This language is the last of us. Yeah. This revelation is alchemical, a chemical poetry that describes the cascading degrees of permutation in a living simulation of platonic solids, transfigured into shadows on cave walls, filtered through every flood myth and megalithic architectural arcana. carefully positioned to bring forth a standing wave. We quarry stone with vibrational tremors, laser corrected through complex centrifugal tempos, aligned along the axis of a constant constellation, traced against the belts of dead heroes or the eyes of our absent fathers. Antediluvian brain chemistry is the mainstay against heresy. Doves cast from top sailing, brought down by ravens. Bound wood, bound down crystal plinths on sacred waters. Watchers wait by circles of stone in holy moonlight. Blood spilled upon sigils, complex genomic synthesis, altered and adapted, mixed with mutagens and viral and pathogens, inoculating us against spiritual arrogance. Yeah. This path is a labyrinth, a door opened by ghost walkers inside of the home straight on a close time-like curve as we drift past Saturn and say peace to the ashes of Yuri Gagarin. We are the living flesh encoded in holy holographic antimatter, left battling appearance in the semiotic fallout. A godless trinity of indestructible energy, ever living in the eternity of now. To transmute base materials into worthless displays of glittering perfection is the curse of our awareness. Trapped inside this predator's gaze, we are the minotaurs at the center of every possible maze, and simultaneously we are the silver thread leading upwards towards sunlight. Don't turn your head to watch the passage of your beloved, lest they get sucked down beneath the pitch dark waters of the Styx. Yeah, flying too close to the sun, our wax wings will melt down like gold flake candles, burning out to sputter in the darkness with a small spark that becomes conscious. At the end of time, your body will become stardust, gathered in the absent light of extinguished suns, till the dark embraces every single one, just as we forgive our sons. Yeah, an eternity in the space-time between zeros and ones. Between zeros and ones. Yeah, listen, illuminated manuscripts, imperial passages, traces of the race we ran. Language is the last of us. Yeah, this language is the last of us. Illuminated manuscripts, imperial passages, traces of the race we ran. Language is the last of us. This language is the last of us. Illuminated manuscripts, imperial passages. This language is the last of us. Peace.
Educate our children to take their place in the economies of the 21st century. How do we do that? Given that we can't anticipate what the economy will look like at the end of next week. Every country on earth is trying to figure out how do we educate our children so they have a sense of cultural identity and so that we can pass on the cultural genes of our communities while being part of the process of globalization. How do we square that circle?
You call that radio?
Makes coherent sense.
I should call that radio TV. Secret Animal Garden Party, live with Tam here. And that was Texture. I'm going to put the link in the comments, texture.bandcamp.com. I don't know if he's... I don't think he's released the album yet, but I've lucky enough to hear that album. It's incredible. And to do it, what a live performance as well. Is Bram's played the party before as well, hasn't he?
Yeah. Bram's been in the past, yeah. And again, an excellent set in the past. You know, I think he was along with like Sev K and the other wee gadgets for them all doing there. Yeah,
that's right. It went kind of like kind of dark electro hip hop during the day. And that's the thing, like, in, you know, a normal festival wouldn't book that kind of thing in the daytime, but anything goes in the Garden of Dreams. And it works a treat, because it's just like, I mean, we've got so many amazing acoustic acts, but like it seems to be at festivals that just seems to be acoustic acts during the day, and it's just good to mix up because I love acoustic music. I love the sound of a guitar, and my dad used to play acoustic guitar, and I just love it. But for me, I can't listen to acoustic guitar music for like hours and hours on end. I say me that I can't listen to hip hop for hours and hours on end as well. It's good to mix it up, and there's never been a
it was always mixed.
There's never been a rule of genre at the Garden.
No. I mean, Kel did love his hip hop, and with Bose and with like Kieran Mack, and with Louis at one point, which was good, and it was Mackenzie who's played the Garden.
Who else over the years? Solerai did a brilliant set as well.
Yeah, Dave had a fantastic set. There was some really good footage of Dave. Kind of Bob, who's on the night, he was kind of. I think the rain had just stopped and there was a wee bit of puddle. And Dave had his kind of short knee-length trousers on. And Bob decided to run up behind him and what a tsunami. Then he dashed back to the top of the Garden and he was just dancing. And so Dave just thought it's a drip. And he came back. But the third time he did it, I says, "Look, Bob, he's my star man. I don't want you doing that to him." And I said to Dave, "By the way, that was him."
When Stanley had on the show last night, if anyone's familiar with Stanley, it was a great interview, hearing an insight into. They've got a brilliant new album out. They've also got a live. Well, it's not live stream; it's pre-recorded, but it's going out on May the 8th, called Last Night In, and I've seen the pictures from it. It looks amazing. Go and support that Stanley Odd album, and go and support the Texture album when it drops as well, because this is what it's all about on You Call That Radio, and that's what the Secret Animal Garden party's always been about as well, is promoting youth talent. And the good thing about the Garden is that there is, because it is such a different crowd than you would normally get, you've got a mixture of this festival family that go to gigs all the time, musicians and artists, but you've also got just people that are in the area, or your friends, Tam, who just sort of come to support yourself and support, say happy birthday to Kyle, and it just makes for a really interesting mix of people, and you don't know what you're going to get. You've got to work a bit harder sometimes than other gigs.
Yeah, I think as well in the beginning, a lot of people came along to the place thinking, the East End of Glasgow, and it's a scheme, and it's Hag Hill, we're going to get robbed and we're going to get stabbed and all those things is going to happen, slashed, and one up in the hospital, all these things were going to happen to them. And they came to the Garden and they just felt wrapped in cotton wool, everybody was blown away by the vibrations that was in, not just that, in my home.
Do you know what, I'm going to play something from the before times, since we just mentioned Solerai, Raindrops, and just to give people a kind of vibe of the Garden.
That was funny.
This is the before times, so don't phone the police.
This next tune's called Raindrops.
And this was an exclusive, the first time this song was ever played.
Yeah. It's just for you, big man. How am I meant to bring the motherfucking ruckus when my phone is a brick and my car is a bucket? And I'll only make a few ducats off a rhyming couplet. Fuck it, I'm sick of this circus. The world is run by sadists and fuckwits that treat the planet like Bentley's pipe, pick it up and truck it. Wait for it to smash, then come up with some shit like no cunt leaves till we find out what cunt done it. If we think protest song is long gone, you're listening to the wrong songs. Another lady pop song, yawn, as predictable as a Vince Vaughn rom-com. And as welcome as a hot rock in a condo. Third rate, second-hand raves needs first aid. To you this is astounding, to me this is a Thursday. And I'm cabin pussy trapper, launching crapper on like Jessica. Rapping getting nappers, one who's acting all the register. Raindrops, filling up in my brain box. Forming clouds and all raindrops. Filling up in my brain box. Forming clouds and all raindrops. Filling up in my brain box. Filling up in my brain box. Filling up, I got raindrops. Forming clouds, got raindrops. What's the kerfuffle? Goody MCs are shrieking like the truffle shuffle with the feathers ruffled. Come on, Columbo, see if you can detect why I'm being less than humble. Everything on my to-do list got picked. Talk tick, I'm top sick like a broken clock as you're in the daydream. Kick, push, hook, paves the path, folks, when you're still stuck in this look-based fiasco. Check my resume, I've been trouble since the test tube mate. Veterinaries on stage since a wee year with a smidge face, let me set the stage. You can set the date, and we can play a game of who's the greatest red everything, mate, I'm not bragging. The background rappers were all aggy, knuckle dragging, the toe tagging. I was patching fashion, stuck a reaction, took a second to stand back in. Now everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. Get it? Jumping on the bandwagon. My brainbox, forming clouds, I got raindrops, filling up in my brainbox. Forming clouds, I got raindrops, filling up in my brainbox. Filling up in my brainbox, filling up, I got raindrops. From I write my raps with a chisel and a breeze block. Sweetie rapper, sweet flood, drunk to make your teeth rot. Green with no edge, all from the same keyboard. I'd say please God, but that would require that I believe boss. Living in a state of emergency. Nino, 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 Nino. Bumping leaf dog, try to teach my neighbours 3 dogs to beatbox. What's up, family? It's your mammy's man. Welcome to hypocrisy and a drama front line where an upstanding man can get a lap dance. They complain cause a woman fed a baby from my mammary gland. Me, I'm still rapping, what's the chances? It's all fine and dandy. Still rocking holes in my sandals. I'm still here, still kicking rhymes for your mammy. Still pioneering new ways of calling yous all fannies. My brain rocks. Forming clouds, I got raindrops, settling up in my brain box. Forming clouds, I got raindrops, filling up in my brain box. Forming clouds, I got raindrops, filling up in my brain box. Forming clouds, I got raindrops, filling up in my brain box. Spilling something I catch one and spit them out in the downpour. Forming clouds, I got raindrops, filling up in my brain box. Spilling something I catch more, spit them out in the downpour. Forming clouds, I got raindrops. Best folks.
You call that radio? You call that radio TV? No. You call that radio TV?
This is You Call That Radio.
This is You Call That Radio TV. Secret Animal Garden vibes live with Tam just now. We had a little flashback in time there to some brilliant footage. It was good, and obviously see Kyle no longer with us. Raymond in the background as well, man.
I was going to say that, R.I.P. Raymond.
R.I.P. Raymond, man. What a lovely guy, and aye, man. Hopefully these times are coming back soon because
Raymond's in my heart.
Yeah, a real one of the best, man. I really miss Raymond. Bob saying brings back great memories. I totally agree. Garden party's always the best vibes and best people. Never a bad day. Not an arsehole, just secret animals. Says GBH, who's confirmed that he's played as himself and he's also played as Sifona with Wes as well. That was a great set. And it made it to all the parties. Started going at 6. Is it the 6 one or the 6 o'clock at night?
Yeah, well, Brooke was there when the first time the police came. The first party, the police showed up on bikes, which I thought was a bit funny.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I don't think I don't think they were called in. I think they were just cycling about, and then they heard it. They heard.
No, that was a neighbour.
Was it?
They went to the neighbour after they'd been to me. They went to the neighbour, and my neighbour up close said they went to their name after they'd been to you. I went, okay. But you know who that is?
They got the right house.
They phone them every year.
Was it the same ones?
Yeah, and they even told the neighbours that they phoned them, so they really wants to know, people. There we go.
We've got, is it getting dark outside?
Yeah, but the thing is, when those police showed up, it was Brooke and the other, I think it was there, but they were all, the three wee kids were just singing on the microphones. I said to them, mate, it's kids, this is families. It doesn't know what to do. I said, celebrate my son's life. He's telling me all that. I said, do you want to see him? They went, I go and get him. So I showed up with Kyle at the door, and then they were like, they go on their bikes.
On your bike, you?
On your bike.
is
I remember the
amazing.
time they came back, there was 8 of them, 8 motors and a crew. And then they all get kind of like, what are we going to do, what are we going to do? And I'm like, well, my son's dying, you know, and I'm like, Mum will all go away.
If you know, you know, says Maxine. Never a proper party until the police arrive. And it's getting dark outside. It's getting kind of dark. So I think it's time to play.
The Twilight Zone.
We're in the Twilight Zone right now, so I think it's time to play a bit of poetry from the incredible Victoria McNulty.
Yeah, Victoria was another star. She's been at a few parties.
She's been at a few parties. She's a fantastic poet. She's got a stage play called Exiles coming out soon, which from what I've heard sounds amazing. I think it's like a half live show, half a film. So looking forward to seeing all of that. I think Kevin P. Golday's involved in that as well. So looking forward to that. She's brilliant. She did bring a little bit of controversy with her for her set. We've edited that bit out. This is just a wee flavour. You'll see the full version another time. But the amazing Victoria McNulty.
It speaks from the heart.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's the real deal. It's
That's
proper East End poetry. This is
Victoria.
Victoria.
That's what you get for bringing her.
Lunches, you know lunches? I know lunches. So anyway, I'm standing at the bar, and this guy with his bog and hippie trousers like he's been on a gap year, but he's shat himself on the flight home. And he's like, do you have the Wi-Fi password? And I'm like, and lunches? Aye, lunches, you know lunches? Aye, of course I know lunches. So anyway, I says, mate, he leans into me, this binge-drinking dentist, eyebrows poised to extract molars for disbelieving mouse. A pound rattles some Aztec camera for a jukebox overhead, but it's just me and him, rough and rotten in this stout Formica stench. He says, mate, I think you must be fucking lost. So Nisha and the Crimson Dawn Shake, Iran, Come On Die Young, sprayed by aluminium cans, a Molotov bottle smashed at daybreak. There's a bin spill by a cotton mill, a tick-tock of a clock set fast, mask-clad Sunday mass, the red flag flags the flyover at morning wake. And at dawn she poured them out, himself a neck-tight sweat break, and he stood bareback and Clyde-made and cried his city a heartache. It'll be plundered as we slumber here, silent spies lie wild around them. So this next piece is called Caledonia Uber Alleys. Take what you will from that. The cladding on that hospital's already left 79 dead. It's melanoma that's already spread, and they'll be goose-stepping to Caledonia when it finally takes us all. There are plants that stand 7 feet tall, and this tropic of cancer in the Calton that sees no need for a prince. They're going to shut off the heating, the eucalyptus weeping, they'll sip Lefroy to Eddie Reader when we've got no place to go. And when our lives become car parks or rent mid-market and counting, they'll call us service users, bump spawns on Burns night soirees, and then blame Westminster when the curtains call. We've got teachers on strike, bin men on strike, academics on strike, nurses on strike, a generation of young folk declared no fit for work. See, it's like Donald Dewar's wee pipe dream as some shower of scabbing. So let me tell you how I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you are calling me, and I don't want to call that home.
Yeah, no respect in the respect to the man like Mark. The love of the man attack on the radio. In case you never know. You call that radio, call that the radio. You call that radio, call that the radio. Come and say, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, just go with the flow. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, just go with the flow. So till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. Till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. Boom. Lot of mercy. Yo. You call that radio, radio. You call that radio, radio. Come and say, don't you be a nether man, I'll go lose your head. Say, don't you be a nether, me say, I'll lose the head. Me say, radio, radio. Call that a radio, radio. Straight from out of Glasgow, Glasgow. Straight from out of Glasgow, Glasgow. Nice enough on the studio, studio. Come and say, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, just go with the flow. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, just go with the flow. So till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. Till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. No radio, radio. You call that the radio, radio. Them man I give you miss a lot of subject, and them I think a man you can't object. So don't you ever come and disrespect. I love and respect in a every aspect.
It's called That Radio TV, live from the Secret Animal Garden Party, and we just watched Victoria McNulty there, absolutely smashing it. Spot on, Victoria. This is Johnny Sloan, Jigsaw Tiger. Victoria's a boss. Excellent. This is Kirstine. Superb stuff, Victoria, says Alan. It's she is a formidable poet, probably the best poet Scotland has right now, just as a writer and a performer. So it was great to have her here. We've got a full set that will be coming. Oh, every act you've seen tonight will have a full set coming out in the next few weeks as we find the time to edit all together. Just so much good footage, man. It's so much good audio. So as you can see from the footage, so it definitely requires a bit of time on each set just to get the best out of the performer and also get the best out of the garden, man. Because it's such a, it's like an epic venue now.
Yeah, it became a real thing.
It's a real thing.
He's left a legacy.
Absolutely, and we're not anywhere near finished yet.
Yep.
Hold on. We just got some donations. Shouts to Sharon Drysdale for sticking a tenner in. Shouts to Tib Moon for sticking a tenner in. Shouts to Lou Rogerson for sticking a tenner in. And shouts to Johnny Sloan for sticking 50 quid in. Absolute legends, a lot of them. So it's up to, let's see, what's that now? We are up to, £4,180. That's incredible stuff. Could we get to, let's see, what's the target?
4 million.
Get to 4 million. What would you do with 4 million, Tim?
Pay it away lightly. People that need it.
What's the are you still trying to get to Tasmania?
I think I will end up in Tasmania at some point in the future, whatever it may be. I need to get a passport, more than anything, and then I can maybe think about I'm not doing this.
Passport is important.
Need one of them.
Tasmania.
Yeah.
Also, pandemic stuff in it. It's really hard to plan anything. You can't really plan anything.
I mean, I've got all the forms and all that, but I've kind of lost it all during the pandemic.
I hate forms, man. I hate forms.
Pandemic took a lot of phase. Biggest thing it took was the music, I would say. You know, but us being us in typical style, we stole it back, Mark. The other day there.
We've found a way. I think what you call that radio with the garden party.
Stole it for the COVID.
Capture works. We found a way to get the music, but there's nothing like just wandering around and finding the perfect view of the band you love and bumping into people you know or meeting new people. So it's like, and the thing is, it's just like I got. I'm not going to go into it all, but I got some really sad news last night of an old friend that passed away, and you know, it's just been so many like deaths and stuff. But it was I was talking to one of my friends about this quite recently, and she was explaining that it's you know, although obviously there's been more deaths this year than usual, we still have, in a usual year, you would still have to be coping with all the deaths, but what we normally have in our societies, well, in Glasgow anyway, in our culture, is that we have that big funeral send off. We have the good times as well, where we just go to gigs and we can go to festivals and we can do, or like, you know, libraries. You know, some people prefer to go to a library rather than a gig, but they're just all those things that we do as humans to make ourselves feel better is all gone. Apart from, well, you can still drink in the house. That's no good for you. Order a takeaway.
I've had a takeaway.
That's just about it, isn't it? Takeaways and indoor drinking is all that's left of Scottish culture when you take away, when you just ban everything else. But it was, haircuts are back. You can have a haircut now. You can't sit in a pub, but I did notice today when I was having a cycle about, there's a few people having like beer gardens, like just having a cheeky pint in the afternoon.
Yeah, I suppose you kind of miss drinking with your friends.
I do miss drinking with my friends. I've not edited that one, mate. That was a good lineup as well. No, I've not. It was like, I'm just trying to do one act at a time. So I wanted to make sure every act that was on the bill got a shot tonight, and I wasn't on the bill, so we'll keep that for another time. But we've got the toll booth. This is the toll booth. Apparently, the toll booth is not still open yet. So I think that was either an old picture, or it was just a couple of folk just decided to take a park bench with them. Apparently there's people in Manchester doing that, just walking about with 4Es, just walking about a park bench and just parking outside a pub that's not open. I don't know if that's what the script is. That. But you know what I'm going to play, Tam? Do you know what I'm going to play? Because it's not quite dark enough for our next act, who's Martin Windebank. Well, or should it be Cammy, then Martin Windebank? Because
well,
but I've got a surprise for you. So you've got time to think about that. You've got time to think about that. I'm going to get into trouble for playing this one because it's not been mixed yet. Sorry, more famous, if you're watching, you're not going to like me for this one.
You could play that Wee Hings.
The Wee Hings video, I could.
Yeah,
That's
we could
good
do that. The BAFTA.
Okay, well, I'll keep the secret for later then.
Keep a
I've got a secret
later.
for you.
Okay then.
We can't have a secret animal garden party without a secret.
Without a secret, right. Of course.
We'll keep the secret. Is Wee Hings on?
It's on YouTube.
Is it? Well, I'll definitely get. I'll get a copyright claim for this maybe. But do you know what? We'll keep that for later.
Ian might know.
Hendo, if you're watching, can you let me know if you've copyrighted the Wee Hings up, because I don't want to get us flung off air because I'm playing something that you've copyrighted. That would be, because obviously Hendo would hate that himself. The show's ruined because we played
one of the credits.
We played the cameraman. Yeah, I know, but the YouTube robot doesn't know that Hendo's filmed all the shit for tonight.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's find out for Hendo before we play that.
Okay, we'll do that one.
Martin Windebank says, I miss drinking beer with my friends. I can. We can't play that one yet. It's also because the best Martin's got the best camera ever, and I was looking absolutely terrible that day. Haircuts are back, but Paul still asked me to cut his hair. Good, you must be good at what you do. Haircuts are back, but my hair isn't, says Johnny Sloan. Alan has just donated tenner. You deserve it, Tam. Thank you very much, Alan. Absolute legend.
Alan.
Camera A. We've got, didn't be modest, Mark, a wee bit of gyros would hurt no one. It would not hurt anyone. Well, there is, I did do a gyro stream, but
they've played before.
We play every year. But we're probably not going to get on this one. We maybe play an old one in a wee bit. Obviously, we don't want this to go on forever, because it was like, you know, it was Jake Black's birthday yesterday, so R.I.P. to Jake as well, and we were sharing the old podcast, and someone shared the tribute show from a year ago, and I'm terrified to watch that, man, because that was 5 hours long, and there was a lot of toast to his memory, of course, but it's out there. We'll not get put off. Has YouTube started doing that? Put to? No, it's just like, I just want to find out if Hendo's copyrighted it, so we're not going to do it. Let's go for the secret. Do you want the secret? We'll just go for the secret.
Let's have a secret.
Yeah, let's have a secret. Secret animal garden party. I'm going to get in trouble for playing this. I'm going to make this will be mixed properly very soon from Murphamish. I believe it'll probably be on the new Jackal Trades album at this point. It's not the single that everyone heard today on Patreon. If you signed up, if you call that radio Patreon, you would have got sent the new Jackal Trades single before it comes out. It's not that either. It's a new one I wrote for you, Tam. I wrote it for you and I wrote it for Kyle. And I haven't had time. It's not been mixed properly. We've not had the added vocals because there's some extra vocals that are going to be on it. But I just thought since it's Kyle's birthday, I would I'd share the tune with you.
Thank you, man.
So I'm going to just go for it. And as for the video, the video has been thrown together. It's not the great video, but it is a great video in a weird way because when we were talking about Physics, who did a great job of the artwork.
Yeah.
For the backdrop, not the name drop, but the backdrop.
Yeah. I think he's going to paint Bob's van with shed life. It's getting shed life on it.
Amazing.
Big up Bob and shed life.
Big up Bob all day. So this is This is a wee, like I said, it's a rough demo. It's not a real video, but I just had to rush it together. It's been a busy week, but I just thought, right, I need to do something for Kyle's birthday, and I thought, fuck it, let's do it. So this is the secret of the secret animal garden party this year. It could have been 08 or 9. I don't really know no more. I met a guy called Tam outside or more. It could have been block or possibly stereo or 13th note or pivo, or maybe it was mono, though I'll spare you all the monologue. The details escape me. Sometimes I trail off. Oh, it was nice and sleazy. The point is that Tam said he's a single dad and he wanted to chat about an idea that he had. He asked, will you play my garden outside my house? My son's 17, it's hard to get him out. He's in a wheelchair, defying death since birth. I said aye in a flash and we made a universe. Sometimes you gotta make things happen. Sometimes we will work it all out. Sometimes you gotta make things happen. Sometimes you gotta make things happen. Sometimes they won't do it for you. Sometimes make things happen. So we schemed a scheme party. I was last out and carried out the amps to grab them back to the sound house. Proud of the show, the East End had loved it. Finally a private party that was open to the public. The Poles turned up, gave us a 12-month ASBO. Next week we drove from Glasgow to an Ayrshire castle. We did the party next year with one extra day, so the Poles and the council and neighbours can't complain. Every year since, for 8 years straight. Then the pandemic hit and COVID made it jail. But then in March came the funeral, his son killed, departed, and his brother James too. Days apart, recent heartbreak. I'm grateful for the memories and my band's opportunity to tour in the van from Highlands to Arran overseas, festivals and scenes other people don't see. And the GoFundMe is the least that we could do as a community. Sometimes you gotta make things happen. Sometimes we will work it all out. Sometimes you gotta make things happen. Sometimes you gotta make things happen. Sometimes they won't do it for you. Sometimes make things happen. There you go.
Yeah. Love you, man.
Do you like it?
Fuck, that was harder than Dopesickfly, you fucker.
It's not finished, man. Obviously, I'll make a real video for it, and it's not mixed. Sorry, Murphamish, he is not into anyone here because we've been recording a lot of songs. But yeah, it's not finished mixing, and also we've got some backing vocals to add to it. So if anyone wants to do the hook, because obviously it's not really designed that that's what that is. That's my hook that I write for a real singer to come in. But I think Gordy's recorded his vocals. I think Jo has recorded her vocals. So yeah. So we'll make it a good one. Beautiful Mark, says Danny. Man, says Bob. Love Heart for Kirstine. Tears Now, says Maxine. Lovely, says Johnny Sloan. Beautiful, says Lou. Beautiful. Loved that, says Jigsaw Tiger. I'm in. Alright, Becky, yeah, if you want to do some vocals, she says that. Oh man, that's so heartfelt. Go you, Mark, says Mary. Yeah, we'll do it. It's just a simple hook. We'll just make it gang vocals. Secret Animal Garden party vocals.
Mark, that was beautiful. You can have told that the way I told Kyle's story. Thank you.
Thank you, Tam. It's the least we can do as a community. As I say at the end, the GoFundMe is the least that we can do as a community. So, this is the last pitch for the GoFundMe. Again, it's just if you want to show your support, that is it. The GoFundMe is the least we can do as a community, Tam, because you've just done so much and never asked for anything back. You know what I mean? It's hard to even. You need to sneak the petrol money in your glove compartment sometimes. So it is really appreciated. We love you, Tam, says Becky. Very touching, says Alan. Sweet, says Colette. So emotional, says Petra. Hugs, Tam, says Bob.
Cheers, Bob.
Well, that was fantastic, Tam. We'll always have this gift to listen to Touching. Can't wait to hear the final. Like I said, it's not finished, and I know that people will be like, you should. But there was no time to finish the song. It's been a busy week, you know what I mean? But the song will be finished very soon. And if you're cool with it, I just want to make sure you're alright with it. If you're cool with it, I want to stick it on the album. If you're alright with it, then if you're happy with it,
fantastic.
Yeah, get it on the album. I think it's so we'll sort that out. The album will be finished in the next couple of weeks, I hope. You'll be able to pre-order it as of Friday when we do the live stream gig. So much love in the room. We've got to take care of each other. Lovely tribute. We do. It's Dopesickfly. What?
True story.
It is true. The song is amazing, Mark. The song is brilliant. Dopesickfly. That was very touching, Mark, says GBH. Well, it's the least we could do.
You made me swear.
You can fucking swear if you want, Tom. Sorry.
I know I can, but...
So, how do you think? We've got 2 more acts to perform, I believe. Hopefully, I've not forgotten anyone. But I think I will double check that. But I believe we've got 2 more acts, and it's Martin Windebank and Kami. Now, obviously, Kami was ended up being the headliner. He was travelling all the way from Fife.
Yeah.
But what order do you want to do it in? It's up to you. It's your show.
Run me, Martin. Martin's lovely to listen to, and then we'll
keep that emotional vibe. Yeah, we'll keep the emotional vibe. Martin he was incredible. What a set, and then unfortunately, we've not found a way that Martin can film himself yet, because he's obviously the best photographer, camera guy. So, but I did do my best to try and take his camera.
Yeah, I know Cammy was like me when we went up onto the stage, and the lights on you. You can't see anything. There was nobody there, although it was. So Cammy found that a bit bizarre.
Yeah, man, I've got my eyes are sensitive as well. Bright lights, someone opens a curtain in me in the morning, and I just can't. I just actually can't see. So
you just couldn't see past the light. There was just nothing in front of you. Everything was black. It was like you were above everything, but you weren't. You were the same level as everybody, but just because the light was right in your face.
We'll tell you what's going to be this song as well. This song also features a clap from Colin Syme, which we're talking about earlier on.
The Colin
Syme clap, which is we're all here for a Colin Syme clap. Martin absolutely smashed it. And you got to remember, this guy had been filming all day, and it's a heavy cameraman, and he did such a great job filming all day, and then he comes on at the end and does this amazing set, and it just very heartfelt. It's Martin Windebank, the legend.
Coming up. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, so welcome. Well, this is my set. So we're at the Kyle and Tam's garden party tonight. celebrating life of Kyle, and I was going to start off the set with a song dedicated to Kyle, as I know that he did love space and he loved stars and the universe. So this is a song to Kyle's universe.
Is that a UFO?
That's a UFO.
That is a UFO, man.
We don't know what it is, so that's a UFO, defo, man. Promotion for American Duty too.
Are we over there? Over the precipice? That was spooky, wasn't it?
Yep.
this Secret Animal Garden Party live. We just watched Martin Windebank absolutely smash it. And the comment in the sky. I cut the camera to the moon.
Yeah, the wee crescent.
And that's how good the camera is. It actually picked it up.
He's got a wee crescent on his scatter tube with the stars in the sky running about it. So it's quite fitting.
Very fitting indeed. Tell us a little bit more about Kyle's universe.
Kyle's universe was his bedroom, really. You know, he's going to spend all his life looking up, lying on his back in his room. So I kind of converted his room, made it more sensory. So I did it with a theme of space, you know. So I filled it with stars and you see his fancy room and his lights. But it's on YouTube, and it's Kyle's Universe with the apostrophe for Kyle's. And you can get an idea of what his room looks like. You know, it's kind of special. I spent 13 years doing that.
Actually, I've got it here.
Right.
I've got it here, so we can actually see it. Has it got audio, or does that matter?
Well, the audio, I got a warning about the audio because it was...
Right, let's not bother with the audio then.
Shaming.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear that? Yeah. Can you hear that?
Can't really hear anything, though.
Good. That's good. Because I can hear it, but that's okay. That's just because I've got it in my ears, but I've not shared the audio. That's good. That means we don't have got a copyright. So as you can see here, this is Kyle's universe that Tam created, and it's absolutely amazing. So, you know, it's such a chilled out, psychedelic, you know, a rave almost.
Yeah.
Like a chilled out rave.
We can't do outdoors, we can always do indoors.
Yeah, I don't think we can do indoors. Oh yeah, we can. We've got some comments coming in for Martin's set there. That's beautiful. So bra, Martin. Love Baby Doll. So good that, says Bob. High fives from Petra. Yes, I'm glad you shared your song, Martin. Martin, the magician from behind the camera into the front. He is, and it's because that's why I'm glad we actually caught him. He was so busy that he didn't really know if he was going to be able to play or not. And I'm so glad he did, because he just absolutely smashed it, and it was freezing at that point of the night as well. You're making me so happy and so sad for some folks who don't have that stimulation, Tam. It's very, you've just got to think out the box.
Yeah, you think out the box. That's what I did, Mark. It wasn't expensive.
It's just, it's beautiful.
They're all individually stuck on, glow in the dark. You need a UV light to make it all work.
Yeah.
And some other lighting, I suppose.
Got a comment coming in from
Des
Cassidy saying, "You're a diamond, Tam. Good show. Enjoyed it all. God bless."
Cheers, Des, man. Thanks.
And
that's a view from Earth, from a space shuttle.
Yeah.
A guy hand painted that for me.
Beautiful. And we've also got the okay from.
There we go.
We've got the okay from Hendo.
Yeah, you don't notice Ian's comment. It's
Go for it. Film. Go for it. It's Kyle's film. So will we play that after Kami then?
Yeah, we'll end with.
Yeah, because
end with a BAFTA. Why not?
We'll end with a BAFTA award-winning film. This is Kamihamiha, who had a brilliant set.
Kami brought it.
He brought it all the way for Fife. Some Fife mink rap, and he's played it before as well. And we did.
Yeah, he said he wanted to say things and slag me and slag Kyle and stuff. I told him that he could have and he should have. He didn't. I wasn't sure, and I went, "Nah, man, Kyle would have loved that." You know what I mean? Kyle was always good at getting the punchline.
2, 1, quiet on
set. This is a clap for Colin.
Namaste, you dicks. It's your old daddy King Kamihamiha. I'm going to pretend I'm really cool for a wee while. I give everybody else permission to do the same thing. Alright? Yeah.
Today I'm feeling like a legend, overreaching what's expected, achieving what is measured, and I'm tweaking up the metrics. Your logic and your grammar plant the seed to form your rhetoric. Stories that we tell ourselves shape what we're manifesting. Sounds like hippie shit, but okay, fucking hell I know, mate. But I figured that out in my own way. Thing is, I'm not even that stoned today. I had to do something, I'm telling you, brother, I had to get out of that cold taste. It's driven me mental in most ways, but seems like gone mental is okay. I've gone grey on this dull wage, holes wearing through my old plays. Throw shade and I'm no phased, hope raised and I won't change. If your foreplays on your homepage, add your foreplay to your dope stage. Hope faith and don't ever waver, you've a growing stake in your chosen fate. I'm close to exploding, mate, I'm about to promote and provoke some change. But more than a name on a post where I'm not even close to where I'm supposed to be. Hold your seat if you roll with me, can flow on beat and control the heat. Hold the beef before approaching me, the hip hop shit ain't a joke to me. Come close and listen, I'm a walking contradiction. My style defies description cause I decide to walk the distance. Won't stop this plot, it thickens, I reside beyond all restrictions. I design myself an awesome life, I must claim a decade. I'm the biggest, feeling the fearless, finding feeds it appealing. Got a reason to be here, you see I'm feeling like a legend. The frequency feature, don't fucking hear up your speakers. Spent 5 for weeks, cause I'm feeling like a legend. Yo, I'm feeling it fearless, but these feeds ain't appealing. Got a reason to be here, you see I'm feeling like a legend. The righteous, the rappers, the rapping is raptures. You couldn't stand the stature, cause I'm feeling like a legend. Please believe the lesson is the realness is in session. You see my secret weapon is I feel complete obsession. To reprobates come a record set, yeah, the beats are heavy and I feel in heaven. Deep depression or needless aggression, here's my blessing, relieve the tension. Never been one to be edited but a legitimate version of me. I rap for the love, I'm no after your stuff, you can download the music for free. Oi, pick out a rapper or better. Picking on rappers that get better. They're at the dead end, I'm dead clever. I'm hitting the mark on a dead centre. Fucking bedwet as I'm a trendsetter. My imagination can't get better. My spread terror making head tremor. They communicate like a dead letter. Hard true sus, but you have to tell them. Won't gas you up like a carburetor. Can't fool us like Penn and Teller. Just spewed up, never felt better. Trouble setting on the double measures, but I just prefer on the strong liquor. Hope you got rhythm or not listening. Got songs to give you prolonged shivers. From bog hitters to the lost sinners. We born skin in the lost differ. Circumvent the law like gorillas. Double edge your mom with Godzilla. Come close and glisten, listen. Fuck already said that shit, but repetition is evident in every bit of my penmanship. Give this belief a brief suspension. Get eagles chat for a deep connection. Oblique ascension is freaking certain cause I'm feeling like a legend, yo. Feeling I'm fearless. Feeling I'm feeling I got a reason to be here. You see I'm feeling like a legend. Frequency featured the fucking heat on the speakers. Spitting fire for weeks because I'm feeling like a legend, yo. I'm feeling I'm fearless. Got these feeds ain't appealing. Got a reason to be here. See I'm feeling like a legend. The righteous, the rappers, the rapping is raptures. They couldn't stand their stature cause I'm feeling like a legend. Me say it. Right, hold on, can we put that back?
You call that radio TV? We just seen Kamihamiha who's just made a comment. Cheers for having me. Just to clarify, I wasn't going to rip anyone. I meant I never said much out of social awkwardness. Pleasure to be involved.
You can rip me up one day, Cammy. I'd like that.
It was a really good set for Cammy, and Cammy's one of those artists that took lockdown on the chin and just actually got to work, and he just seems to have been writing, recording. He's completed SoundCloud. I think he's got 500,000 plays in SoundCloud this last year, or this year, or something. 500,000 on that song I think that you just heard there has got 500,000 on its own or something like that. Yeah. It's incredible numbers he's getting right now.
Yeah, because I've been following him on all his wee clips when it comes up, whenever he comes on, and he's doing what he does. And the one with the kids and what he's doing with the Lego is brilliant, you know. The storytelling is fantastic.
That's right. The Lego tune made cameo on for the Lego tune that he wrote. His two kids, and they basically, it was like make a donation for the Lego song, and it's just such a brilliant thing. Not only is he teaching them hip hop, but he's also teaching them, you know, make art and get money, which is not easy to do, but they seem to do it.
Entrepreneur.
They've done quite well. Great tune from Cammy, says Dan. Namaste, ya dicks is my new favourite line of the night, says Jigsaw Tiger. Well, if you follow Cammy, you'll hear that quite often.
Quite often, yeah.
Quite often you'll hear that line. No like a fifer to be shy, says Sharon. From the Kingdom. You won't hear a bad word against the Kingdom. We got Make art, hashtag make art get money. Yep.
Yeah.
So they say. It doesn't really work like that. And speaking of that, I know, well, by the way, your fundraisers just jumped up again. Let's just see. We've probably got a couple of shouts to shout out. There's a couple of people who've just donated. So, where is it? Petra just put in 30 quid. Thank you, Petra. Lorna, a tenner. Thank you, Lorna. Brooke, tenner. Thank you. Alan, tenner. Thank you. Absolute legends. Feeling like a legend is for you. That's amazing. Because the what I had in my head was £4,250 and we're at 4,240. So I reckon that someone will stick a tenner in and then we're done. That'd be great. Kyle would love this and his memory lives on. Love Big Sis.
Hey.
We've got, I'd happily donate a tenner a month to the collective. Well, if you're into monthly subscriptions, then, you know...
radio.
This is you call that radio. We do... what is it? I'll take the banner off. So basically, it's... we've done about... It's nearly... I know that thing said 270 shows, but I think it's near 300 shows we've done since lockdown began, and... It's only possible because of the generosity of the patrons, so thank you to everyone who has supported it. I would have been fucked without you guys, so I really appreciate it, and that's why I'm literally working all the time to try and bring out new shows. And now I've got the added thing of doing the album as well, but yeah, thank you for all the support. For a couple of £1 a month, the price, if you enjoy any of the shows, it's the price of a pint or a coffee a month, probably cheaper than most pints of coffees these days. And it just means that we can do shows like this, we can do events, blogs, the website's youcallthat.com for more stuff on that. And we will do real world events soon. We're looking at that right now. And there will be a big party when this bullshit's over that you'll all be invited to. So, and there's giveaways as well and bonus material. Like, for example, if you have signed up, then you might not already be aware, but Jackal Trade's new single is there for you to download for free right now before anyone else hears it. I really appreciate the support we've been getting. Still a wee bit skint. Could be doing with a few more, but I'm not going to be greedy. It's just if you could. It's just in case you forgot to do it. Then you can. We've got shout outs to Lewis. He's just home from seeing his bird. Shout out to Lewis. Thank you for all your help, Lewis. All the footage that you're seeing tonight is because of Lewis, Hendo and Martin Windebank bringing all their material together and making it work. They've got the organisational and an eye for things that I don't have. I've managed to edit it together, but we will edit it properly because it's so much good footage and so much good audio that we'll do it again properly. But it's been good tonight to see a glimpse of everybody who turned up to perform. The full sets will be online soon, so don't worry about that. We've got a comment. Shout out to my agent brother Aldo for tuning in and also making sure we cleared the copyright. Shout out Aldo. Thank you for clearing the copyright of your BAFTA winning film that we're going to play at the end just in case we do get chucked off for it. John Baird's in the house. Great show, Mark. Enjoyed you and Tam reminiscing about the parties and the music, of course. Thank you, John Baird, for everything you do. He saved 2 music videos. That Minerva Wakes video, he gave us a jump start so that we could go and film the video. So thank you for that. And also he got me home from a video shooting Friday night as well because the trains stopped earlier than they're meant to. So I was stranded. John Baird saved the day again. So thank you, John. Erin Friel's in the house. Sending love. What a great show. Happy birthday, Kyle. Love you, Tam. And Erin's played many brilliant sets as well over the years.
Yeah. Erin's been a fantastic friend. You know, again, she was one from the very beginning. You know, one of the first people I met, first female artist that I met was Erin, and I got her back when I met her, more or less, at a venue. Some idiot with a backpack kept benching off her, and I could see she couldn't appreciate it, so I kind of put myself in between him and her, and he bounced off me. And I said to her, I've got your back. Although she was with Loki, Loki introduced her.
I don't need a download link, Hendo. It's cool. I'm just going to play it off YouTube and hope the copyright robots don't ban the show. Colette was saying, room is amazing. Wow, love Baby Doll. You should be so proud, Tam. I support folks with brain injuries. Some of them have no lives. You've enabled Kyle to have such a happy life.
Yeah.
Becky,
sorry, Mark. I've noted that comment for Sean.
Yeah.
You know, not long after Kyle had passed away, Lou was phoning me and speaking to me. He was saying to me that he realised why I didn't take Kyle to like one of these day centres and places like that. You know, he said he wouldn't have had his life. I mean, no, he wouldn't have had that life. You know, but I'm kind of disappointed in the way that I thought, well, I'm paving the way here. I'm showing people, and there's this audience that these guys have got that really appreciate yous. You know, but nobody would follow suit. You know, I thought it's down to the parents, and when the kids can't go up and do it, you know, so Kel couldn't do it, so I physically took him. You know, visually did it. You know, follow him, follow me, but no one really did. You know, they spent their time in these day centres.
That's a good point, Tam. I mean, do you think that's maybe missing from the whole system? Because obviously you've got parents who are going through a difficult time. There's no rule book with this stuff, and they don't really know. You know, is there maybe like a gap in the market, with the sense that, you know, maybe there should be, if someone's going through similar, they should be able to speak to someone like you that actually has lived the experience, and you can explain the types of things that you learned.
For me, the problem again was the venues, hence the Rachel House thing, getting Hector Berserk to come to hospice and perform, you know, and they had that audience. They had so you've seen Kyle and how Kyle would react to the music, and he knew every lick. I mean, if you got a bomb note, he would know about it, or if you weren't that great, he would let you know as well. But if you were good, Kyle would shine. And they came to the hospice, and they gave the kids these wee shakers, you know, to join in. They were doing a tune. So they were percussion, and they would be blown away by these kids' timing and everything about them, and just their enthusiasm about the music and what they were getting presented with. And then when they finished the show was finished, all the kids for the hospice were like flies round, you know, and they were all around about Hector and wanting to know, how can I slag my wheelchair? How can I mean, they wanted to express because all I had to do was throw paint about and roll about in wheelchairs and go, that's me, that's how I feel. And this was a new way of expressing themselves, you know. So hip-hop is an answer to a lot of things. It's a key. It's a way forward.
Johnny Sloan saying, love this, thanks everyone, all the best, Tam. Mark, Paul saying, this has been a great show, cheers, Mark, and cheers, Tam. It's great to put a face to the name.
Yeah.
Danny, thanks to all the amazing team of people making this happen. Special, brilliant wee night with the Garden of Talent. Thanks to Mark, the camera sound team, and the Secret Garden people. Carrie saying it's all down to our festival organisers to make the effort to make things accessible. Welcoming kids and adults with access issues needs to be a team effort, and it's a very true point, and it's something that I ignorantly never really thought about. Like at the start of booking gigs, you know, is this accessible? But obviously, you know, we've got lots of friends that are in wheelchairs now that you do think now when you're booking somewhere, it's like, well, does that place have a lift? Does it, you know, is it going to be accessible? And there's a lot. I think Glasgow in general could do better. I mean, not making excuses for Glasgow, but it does seem to be just the way that it's been built up. I mean, that's the same problem we've got with beer gardens just now. It's like so many pubs that can't open because everything just seems to be built on top of each other.
Yeah. I mean, I found that with Kyle, it was a case of, I found that venue. I found that that niche here and there where we could access it, you know, and as you said, the lifts and whatnot. But I also found that the musicians, as you said, they were starting to think that way as well and cater for, you know, disabled people, you know, because they're a fantastic audience and they get you more than most people that are just rat-arsed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely,
they're there for the music.
But to me, the best venue I've ever been to with Kyle, you know, apart from all the festivals and things, was the art school. Yeah, you know, it was fantastic. You could just access the whole area without worrying about the crowd. And when I was out with Kyle, when I started doing things, that was my biggest worry: is this safe? Am I doing the right thing here? You know, there's a big, massive crowds of people. They're all mad with it. Some are alcohol, some are for all sorts of stuff. How safe is this for Kyle? And it turned out it was the safest thing that I could have done. I mean, it was like people kind of emulated about Kyle, made sure Kyle was ever, and even the people that were pure out of their faces would come over and be beside him, and all of a sudden they were no longer out their face, they were like themselves for that wee moment in time, and then they'd kind of bounce away, you know, into oblivion after that. But it was nice that people took it. People in chairs could come along and could feel safe. That's all I'm saying.
Bounce away into oblivion.
Yeah, that's what they did.
That's a good phrase, and that's what we're about to do.
Yeah.
There should be, Tam, there should be facilities at festivals. I think the festivals are trying to do better at that now. I think that it's hard to organise a gig in a field, but there is lots of little things like ramps. I know that Kelburn has started making an effort with the buggies and stuff like that. I know that there's been people who have not been well or had
I had the luxury of having a power chair which had power assisted. I was doing the driving kind of thing. But to push you about, man, you have no chance at a festival.
Yeah. Some are better than others. Some are better than others. And if anyone's curious about venues or festivals, we can, either myself or Tam can give you some advice on who does it well and who doesn't do it well. And like I said, some places, it's maybe just not possible to do it well for whatever reason. But we just need to be. Usually, it's just a case of just thinking like out the box, like you're talking about earlier, and thinking like, how can we just make this more manageable? Whether that's just a little ramp, or anything, we just need to think harder about how we can do that, because music is for everyone, and we should be making sure that everyone can enjoy it safely, like you said.
Yeah, we want to make sure that the kind of people can get to come, you know.
Absolutely, Tom.
Because to me, they didn't come. I was like, follow me, do what I'm doing, and it wasn't happening. It was just me and Kyle in a field to everybody, most places, and in a venue, me and Kyle were everybody in most places, you know. And nice to see a lot more.
Yeah, it's definitely, man. Alan said this has been brilliant tonight. Well done, Tam. I've met you once at Belliston Park with Kyle at the Iron Bars gig in Belliston Park. I remember saying hello.
That's one hour. I've not forgot you.
And so beautifully said, Tam, says Becky. Yes.
Thanks, Becky.
Thanks to everyone who's tuned in tonight, and everyone who donated to the GoFundMe as well for Tam. It's really appreciated. Hopefully we can have a real Secret Animal Garden Party, because this is the 2020 Garden Party. I know I said 2021 in the intro, but this is hopefully the 2020 party, and we'll have a 2021 party in 2021. So, you know,
2021 party.
The 21-2, the 21-2, the 212 crew. I rode this emotional wave with you. Much love, says Petra. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We're going to end it with the wee hings, and which led to Hendo filmed, which Hendo was one. Hendo, Martin Windebank, thank you to the guys, and Lewis, of course, for helping us film this stuff today. The full versions and the finished edits because it was kind of thrown together tonight, but the final edits will be coming up in the upcoming days and weeks. So look forward, keep an eye out for that. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube if you'd like to see the full sets of all these amazing artists. Thank you to all the amazing artists who donated their time for coming out and doing such a great job. We really do appreciate all of that. What a show, says Minerva Wakes. Thank you, Joe, for what she did as well. So we're going to finish with the wee hings. So basically, just to recap this, Tam, because this is because this ended up being played at the Commonwealth Games opening ceremony, and you went to the BAFTA awards ceremony, Mikhail.
Yeah, we're at the BAFTAs for obviously we get nominated at the time in a category to other films. One with some people in a bike and some people about a gay call centre, where there was a guy in the middle who had to deal with the calls between the two gay people, which was a bit boring, really. And so was the bike one, but the wee things, well, that was special.
Like, you didn't need to slag the competition, you won.
Well, that's the way it is. I'm a critic.
Just like
I'm a
father,
bastard,
like father, like son. Because obviously, as
same
Tam was
way.
mentioning there earlier on, that you know, if Kyle likes, if you're having a good gig, Kyle would be loving it, and if you like you said, if you hit a bum note or you weren't on form, you would get that look that you fucked up. You fucked up look.
That's it.
Love you, Papa. Love this so much, says Brooke. Great sauce,
Thank you,
says
Greg.
Jigsaw Tiger. Thanks to all. Excellent show. Thank you, Greg. Great show. Thank you. Cheers to Kyle. Happy birthday, Kyle. Thank you, Tam. It's been an absolute pleasure, and it's been good to reminisce, and hopefully we'll also have a real party soon. This is the Wee Hings, shot by Hendo, and it won the BAFTA. Quite rightly, because all the other competition was shite, apparently. This is the Wee Hings.
Ladies and gents, welcome to Glasgow, the home of the games, where the kids are known as Waynes. The city where pure magic power flows out of the average man. Get the full experience, go visit the Barrowlands. Grab yourself a cauldron, hit the tune and have a dance. Try the local cuisine, chocolate bars but other class. This is the homie where we treat you like we know you, where we don't waste wine to christen ships and people love their fish and chips. We're rich in history and live our lives traditionally. For Ibrox to Parkhead, there's always one consistency. We're loud and free and we're proud to be Glaswegian. If you want to know the Hampden, it's thousands of fans screaming. Here's to a bitch in summer, let's hope we get mild weather. But even in the pouring rain, Glasgow's miles better. So it makes sense to bring the Commonwealth to my streets. You'll never see more people dressed as track athletes.
Scuffed up old sannies hanging down for the wire. Look up to see the towers, steeples and spires. Buildings of beauty, a city of desire. Tunes in the tranny we worked till we're too tired. Solid foundations, bricks and mortar. People here have always got a lot to offer. If you ask for a horn, we'll pitch in and fix it proper. Crack a joke, haha, that's a topper. The butchers, the bakers, the breweries and bookmakers. Whatever your flavour, a cup of cum's their saviour. If you must rush, and there's no hassle or fuss, just remember, you can't shove your granny off the bus. When asked the question, we spit out the first answer. Old Gallus Nation, own yourself, you dancer. Come karaoke night, every man is Frank Sinatra. Like the Wellington statue, storm proud with a cone in his napper. Sunlight caught sight from the tall trees and tenements. Local folk rambling, telling tall tales of irrelevance. People here do anything for family, friends and relatives. Snake border, brother, sister, mother, father, you know it's genuine. We mean small, tall's called lanky. Granny always has a hanky for when your nose is manky. Whenever you open the door, people will thank you. It's that feel good vibe, you can feel it, can't you? Famous green and blue play side by side together. Stories we blether live on forever. It's the land of the banter, where we're always get down. Geese peace, with square sausage and tatty scone. But don't get confused when I ask you how. What I really mean is why, but why, I don't really know how. Just join in with the festivity, nobody will think any less of you. Keep it calm and take a tan of ginger brewed to a secret recipe.
He said, she said, and I was like, this is Glasgow City where we're having a laugh. Pop a dram in a glass, raise your arms to the past. Let's toast the West Coast, it's the land of the fast. So, stick on your running shoes, the world's watching. Broadcasting live, it's the Sons of Scotland, GLAS go. Welcome to the show, we play to win, so let the games begin.
You call that Radio TV, you've been watching the Secret Animal Garden Party. Thank you so much to Tam. Love you, Thomas, says Maxine. Loved the quote earlier, the Twistettes were making a hell of a noise. Well, you know, that's what they do. Great show. Thank you. Cheers to Kyle. Martin Windebank's tune is awesome too. And yours, Mark. Mog, yes. Yeah, that was featuring Mog. Brilliant. An absolute amazing night. If you want to watch that again, it's called Wee Hings. It's on YouTube. And shouts to Hendo for that video. And shouts to Hendo for all the work he did in putting the footage together tonight. Martin Windebank, Lewis, Aldo as well, I have to shout out. Thanks to all the artists that performed. Thank you to Tam. This has been You Call That Radio. If you want to watch the full sets, hit the subscribe button. They'll be up in the coming days. And tomorrow we're back with Colonel Mustard and the Dijon 5. We'll be on the show at 5:30 talking about their album launch, which is going to be at the Barrowlands on Saturday. So you can hear what they've got to say about that. That's coming up tomorrow at 5:30. And then we will be having the You Call That Politics show straight after that at 7, which it's a busy day again tomorrow. I don't know when I'm going to find time to fucking do the practice. We've got to practice. Where is it? Here it is, here. Oh no, I don't know what I've done, mate. It does exist. You Call That... Oh, there it is. You Call That Politics tomorrow. It's been part of a series we've been doing every week. And tomorrow is Democracy, the second last one. There'll be You Call That Politics the following Thursday will be the actual election special. And it's basically a politics show without party politics. So it's Jim, Mike, Fatima, Jonathan all talking about what is democracy, who owns democracy, is it a real thing, is it broken, probably aye, how do you fix it, those kind of questions. That's tomorrow at 7 after Colonel Mustard at 5:30. And hopefully between now and then I've got time to practice for the Jackal Trades gig, which is I'm a bit nervous about because it's my first gig since, I don't know when, but it's the first time Jackal Trades has played as a full band since 2018 sometime. So we've got one practice to get our shit together. So please tune in to see us fuck it up. We're on second after The Girl Who Cried Wolf, who are amazing. That's starring Audrey, who you've heard mentioned earlier on with Hector Berserk, the amazing drummer for Hector Berserk. The Girl Who Cried Wolf is an incredible project. Dopesickfly, who you've seen a bit of earlier on, they have a full band out as well. Loki and Becky Wallace, who you've both seen tonight as well, absolutely smashed that earlier on. They're going to be doing a set together. And then you've got Steg G, Freestyle Master, Solarite, Impress and CCTV doing the Live Today album for the first time ever live. It's £8 to tune in and watch it the way you're watching it just now, or it's a tenner if you want to be part of the Zoom wall of sound, so you're actually on a Zoom screen and we can see you reacting to it and you can talk to us in between songs. It's the most it's as interactive as it'll get without actually going to the pub itself. So I'm very scared and excited about it. I hope we can do it. All the money goes to Sonny G and Refuigi, two amazing charities that need your help right now in the middle of a pandemic. So please do support it if you can. If you enjoy this show, then please consider becoming a patron. If you want to send Tam a few quid, then go to the Tam's GoFundMe. I'll make sure that the links to all the things I just mentioned are in the comments. And if you enjoyed the show, feel free to share it. Thank you. Thank you, Tam. Tam, are you still here? Good night. Any final thoughts?
Well, that's how you win a BAFTA.
That's how you win a BAFTA.
Happy birthday, Kyle. R.I.P.
Thank you very much, Tam. Amazing. What I mean, sorry, was the show? First time seeing that won't be the last. You never seem to sleep, so I'm sure you'll find some practice time. There is no time to sleep. You'll smash it. We'll find out. We'll find out on Friday. There's a lot of words in Jackal Trades. Mark, you're going to be right. You'll make it happen. Mark, I've been singing I Miss Drinking Beer with my friends all week. We might do that one. We might not. Like the Thunderdome. It is like the Thunderdome. Thank you so much, Tam. I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Mark. Pleasure.
In the real world. And thank you to everyone who donated. And it really is appreciated. And maybe, just maybe, we'll have a real life garden party later on in the year. Good
It's a
night.
secret. Good night,
It will
Mark.
be a secret. It will be a secret. Good night, Tam. And we'll see you tomorrow, 5:30 for Colin Mustard at the Dijon 5 on You Call That Radio TV.
Yeah, enough respect in every aspect to the man like Mark. I love what the man talk on the radio. In case you never know. You call that radio, radio. Call that the radio, radio. You call that radio, radio. Call that the radio, radio. Come and say, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, just go with the flow. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, just go with the flow. So till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. Till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. Boom. Lot of mercy. Yo. You call that radio, radio. You call that radio, radio. Come and say don't you be another man, I'll go lose your head. Say don't you be another me say and lose the head. Me say radio, radio. Call that a radio, radio. Straight from out of Glasgow, Glasgow. Straight from out of Glasgow, Glasgow. Nice enough on the studio, studio. Come and say eeny, meeny, miny, mo, just go with the flow. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, just go with the flow. So till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. Till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. No radio, radio. You call that the radio, radio. Them man I give you miss a lot of subject, and them I think a man you can't object. So don't you ever come and disrespect. I love and respect in a every aspect.